I'm hosting tonight. Let's go. Boop, boop. All right, maybe not. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Oklahoma City Thunder fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. I want to throw it out there right now. I am under the weather tonight, but I am here. Got some medication, so it could be an interesting night. Oh my God, the Boston Celtics court is oogly. That is way too much green. But I'm here though. So irony for TNT. This game is live on TNT tonight. No Chet Holmgren, no Victor Wembanyama, no Chemby. Devin Vassell is out. I don't know what's going on with the injuries for the Spurs, but the injury bug is high. I think people are going to start saying the tank is in. I don't think so. Maybe? I don't know. It's going to be fun tonight. I'm feeling loopy. What's up, David, Greco, Kyle? How the Spurs room might look like OKC. I think we are building just like OKC. Stockpiling a ton of draft picks, getting some young talent. And go Spurs, go to everybody. Reyes, Gio, Borgathon. I'm under the weather. Not that kind of weather. There's no thunder here. Not at this time of year. It's November. I think the Cavaliers just lost. Was that their first loss of the year or their second? I don't think the Celtics have Kristaps Porzingis put it up. Wow, it's going to be a long night. Kristaps Porzingis yet, so once he comes back, they're going to be tough to deal with. Who else we got here tonight? Well, we got Selena as usual. We got Lil Mikey. For those that are in early, wait till you see this. Attack Brazilian Ghost, good evening, Smarty next door. Headman Grogu's in the house, but he's changed his outfit. Boom, 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 boom. Oh boy, look at Headman Grogu rocking the Spurs uniform. Oh, number one right there. Yeah, it's a little big for him. For the time being, he's going to wear the dog's jersey. I don't know if the dog's going to be able to fit in that. This is a large jersey, and based on the weight chart, my girlfriend's dog is maybe an XL or double XL. But we'll see if it fits. If not, Grogu's going to rock it because he's a Spurs fan. That Texans game was awful. I can't even troll the Cowboys anymore. Thank you, J Money, 15-1. I was making fun of the Cowboys at the start of the season. There's no point anymore. They are so bad. Don't get me wrong, the Giants are bad. But the Giants at least had been competitive in a lot of games. The Cowboys aren't even competitive. They're just getting blown out left and right. Bonjar Arno, that is not a Kawhi jersey. That's number one. That's number one on Grogu. Kawhi was number two. And yes, he is an official Spurs now. I got to get a little mini jersey for little Mikey here. Did they make little Spurs jerseys about that size? Did they make a size -7? Probably not. Coach is telling CP3 to not take shots. Cortez, very possible. He needs to shoot the three to keep the floor spacing legit. Franklin, good evening. Bermuda's in the house. Steven D, TSR Special Effects Department needs a what? Go Castle, go. Yes, he is. I mean, what else is he going to do with it right now? If you look at, do you really think Bear's going to fit in this, guys? Bear's a 75-pound chocolate lab chow chow. The jersey said it's a large. It fits dogs up to 40 pounds. Bear's poop weighs 40 pounds. The Cowboys need to get rid of their owner. That's what they need to do. Giants, Texans. I think the Texans are going to beat us 31-10. Yeah, Castle making 2 threes. All right, Jaden. Would basketball be more or less interesting with David? I don't think the game would be playable that way. Coaching, yeah, Go Spurs, go Ronaldo. Ain't this game? Yes, Arno, this is on TNT. I'm Dynamite. Jack, go Spurs. Wow, go to you. I said I was under the weather at the start of the podcast. Wow, this is going to be an interesting play-by-play tonight. For sure, the owner. Exactly. The Jags need to get rid of their GM and coach. Whew, okay. Daniel Berry, good evening too. July 26th up, Rich. Who else is out there and then other than Pops and Victor? Devin's out too. No Wemby, no Devin, no Pop, no Sohan. Yeah. Wemby was shown, he was put to doubtful yesterday. They're actually showing the knee injury. Anthony Davis rebanged his knee. I didn't know Devin was going to be out tonight. I thought he would be back. I thought him off the other day was just a precautionary thing for back-to-back games. He's now out. I don't know what's going on. Yes, get rid of their Jim is right. Jim, another Jim Ibison, thank you for stopping in. July 26th, I'm going to hope for the best. Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. For the Spurs, it's Chris Paul, Stephon Castle, Julian Champagnie, Harrison Barnes, and Zach Collins. For the Thunder, it's SGA, Kaysen Wallace, Lugans Dort, Aaron Wiggins, and Jalen Williams. They're going small tonight as Chet is out, Hardenstein's out, so they're just going to go small. They're going small ball. I can't get this thing straight. There we go. Now I can see everybody. Castle getting the start again. I like him as a starter. Hopefully he continues to, not let us down. Sinister? Yeah, there were times when players used to play 82 games. You could say that about all sports. Football, you can't tackle anybody anymore. Baseball, they're taking games off left and right. It's not just the NBA, it's all sports. Player on the court, and away we go. Spurs start off with a jump ball. T-Gunk, good evening to you. Let's go Spurs indeed. I don't think Bassey's injured, Jack. Cordy Darling Chong, good evening to you. Your favorite number 5 is still starting for the Spurs. And it's Spurs ball. Champagnie drives in the paint and a nice shot. This game again is on TNT. If you're looking to watch tonight, hopefully it's not blacked out. It shouldn't be if you're in Texas. If your game is blacked out, well, that's just some BS. First shot for the Thunder is a 3 by Aaron Wiggins. 3-2. Anthony Wembanyama's out with his knee injury. The injury out with Anthony Davis is keeping him out again. I hope he's back Thursday. Zach Collins is rocking a black headband tonight. He usually plays worse with the black headband. Chris Paul, we were just talking about him shooting more. He just took a 3, made the 3. Big Dog, what's going on? Who's predicted to win? The team that scores the most points. I just realized my little betting odds partner is not here. Dort for 3, no good. Champagnie with the rebound. No, Wemby again, Albert. You know what? I'm going to hope this team pulls together and Castle drops 45 tonight. That would be actually really cool. Or Castle drops 50 as a rookie. Castle with the ball right now, and we're going to have a foul on Collins. Foul on Collins. Borgesheim, do you think they hit harder than ever? These days, I don't think so. Joshua, that's a good question with all the injuries. Let's call up Riley Minix. My brother from another mother. SGA into the paint and turns the ball over as a defense swarms on him in the paint. Castle bring it up for the Spurs. Gets it over to Champagnie. Champagnie starts to drive, gets to the elbow, back out to, throws it over Castle's head and in. That is out of bounds. That's going to be Thunder ball, turnover. JG, Vassell's out with an injury, though. Knee injury. My favorite's not... well, Jordan, that's a good fave. We all know that's my fave right there, too, number 50. Williams pull-up J is no good. And Jalen Williams with the miss. It is Spurs ball. 5-3, 2 minutes into the game. I don't think we're going to make a trade, David. We drafted a point. We're hoping we drafted our future point guard in Castle. I don't think we're making a trade. Not at all. Barnes drives in the paint, throws it up off the glass. Misses the shot. Nice drive, but a poor finish. This game's been pretty ugly offensively. SGA loses the ball again, and that's a turnover. Ugly offense on both ends of the floor by both teams. And now Champagnie turns it over. And now Barnes playing some defense. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to do Spurs ball. Vassell is out. Wemby's out. I have no idea what Anthony Davis is doing, Big Dog. No idea. Marmalade, our team needs to lock in. They're going to have to play well to beat the Thunder. That guy, oh gosh, Ronnie Lott was yeah. I would not say guys hit harder now because there's certain things you can't do now that you could do back in the day. Did I say that sentence right? Zach Collins with a block. Jalen Williams gets the ball back, throws it down, and it's 5-4. JG, we do. Morgathon, good D from Zach Collins is not something you're going to hear me say a lot, but I'll be happy to say it as Barnes gets in the paint, gets around his defender, throws it up off the glass, and in. It is 7-5 with 9 minutes to go. And again, I'm going to announce the game is on TNT. By the way, if you'd like to become an official supporter and member of TSR Sports. All you got to do is hit the subscribe and the thumbs up. That's it. Jason Wallace hit a 3 while I was plugging the channel, and the thumbs up. Corner 3 is no good. It's going to be Thunderball. I didn't see who caught that. My bad. I think it may have been Castle. Quick 3 down the other end's no good. Collins with the rebound. He'll get it to Castle. Castle will bring it up for the Spurs, down 8-7. And Castle's going to get fouled on the drive. Only other single player who out is Sohan. Wemby, Vassell are just load managing. Artis, he banged his knee with Anthony Davis pretty hard. I think the Spurs are being extra precautionary with him. No, Wemby's not playing a non-knee. Ha ha ha. Blue Panda, there you are. TSR, my bad. I somehow couldn't email. It didn't let me when I won the. It couldn't. Why didn't it let you email me? Good evening. I was actually told the other person if we hadn't heard from him tonight, we would move on. But I have not given out the gift that you had won. So, do you have Twitter? I don't know why you wouldn't be able to email me. I don't know how you'll be able to email me. CP3 gets into Collins, and the ball's going to be deflected. That's another turnover for the Spurs. But welcome in, Blue Panda. Fast break dunk for Casey Wallace. And we're going to have a timeout by the Spurs. I wish the Giants had to play with today's rules against Leonard Marshall hit is probably what you're talking about, Joshua. That pretty much, ended his season for the 49ers and took him out for the next season. Capsu 10, I don't know. I don't know what Snapshot is, Blue Panda. I don't have that one. You thought oh no, that's why I don't bet. I bet a lot of people bet on Mike Tyson Saturday, and that did not, Friday. That did not work out well. Tyson looked like a 58-year-old man. That artist, that caused a fumble in that game, if I remember correctly. That was the NFC Eastern Conference Championship that would have been late 1990? Or no, that would have been January 91, right? Too clutch, Corey. A lot of folks are starting to say that. And yes, there is, Victor. Thank you, Renee Flores. Yes, please don't forget that thumbs up button. Blue Panda, I'm going to drop my email in the chat again. Maybe, I don't know. I'll drop the official TSR email in the chat, and hopefully, I don't see, you're the only person who has ever had an issue emailing me. I mean, it's an email. I mean, I'm not trying to be condescending. You just, it's an email. I'm just grabbing it so I don't have to type it out. All right. There it is. The Niners are going to, yes, they were going for 3 in a row. And Joshua, Scott Norwood, wide right. I believe it was a 47-yard field goal he missed to give the Giants the win. We better beat the Jazz. Wemby's out. Apples and bananas, what's going on? I often find myself wondering what the Spurs staff sees in Zach Collins. That is a fair statement. The Saul 77, good evening. The Spurs organization doesn't care about a cup tournament. It is early entertainment. A kind of hollow, just an opinion. I don't care about the cup tournament. Do you guys really? Sure, it's a nice little thing if you get it during the season, but do you really care? I don't, if I'm being transparent. Kokoshibo, by the way, Wemby is averaging 22-7, 10.5, 3 on 47, 34, 87 on 60% true shooting. And he's brought his stats up a lot recently with his better shooting. I'm surprised he's out tonight. Could the Spurs be doing they don't expect to win the finals this year or even make the finals. That's for darn sure, right? Could they be just a light tank where, if a guy's sore, just not going to play him? Sinister, yes. I heard the NBA ratings are down. I mean, my goodness. Joel Embiid, great player. That dude's attitude is sucking more and more. I hear about him. Apparently he doesn't attend training or practice on time anymore. He's literally turning into Allen Iverson. Not playing back-to-backs. And I know the dude has a lot of injuries, but he also doesn't take care of himself. That was a player that I would have liked on the team years ago. Now that's a dude I would stay away from. Yeah, it's not working, Joshua. The Golden Tavern, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. From the Spurs game. Awesome. At the game. Awesome. Could be load management. Now, I didn't know. I had no idea that Devasel had a knee issue. This is news to me. Wemmy and Vassell are noodles. Anthony? Sure. Make a demigod. One can only hope. Wemmy's there. Sohan's there. Just, they're not playing. Joshua might be right. July 26th, it does appear to be day by day. Yes. Step by step, day by day. Chris Paul's out in three-point land. I don't know. Champagne with the ball. Runner in the paint. Good. Well, Kokoshibo, Wemmy does seem like the type of player that wants to play if he can. And road trip, we are in here talking about practice. Not the game. Not the game that I love. Not the game that I live for and die for. Practice. SGA pull-up jumper is good over Castle, 14-11. Capsu 10, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to increase his trade value. And they turn the ball over trying to get into Collins. Oh, boy. Three-pointer down the other end. Swish. Aaron Wiggins. We are talking about practice. Man, that's got to be one of the greatest meltdowns of all time. I still love that skit, or not skit, that interview to this day. Castle starts to drive. Pull up mid-range. Good. All right, Stefan, I see you from here. Bobo, yes. SGA is definitely playing. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kyle? Isn't he way before your time? Are you older than I thought? That's a miss by Aaron Wiggins. It's going to be Spurs ball. CP3 will bring it up down 17-13. Over 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Paul just going to launch a three. Nope. Sinister, wow. Dort for three. No good. And Barnes with the rebound will get it up to Chris Paul. If we lose, I don't know no more. Castle over to Barnes. Barnes to Collins. Collins for a corner three. No good. Caps 210, be careful. You guys are slightly ahead of me because I'm streaming this on my Roku, so please wait to say what happened until after I say it. We really don't want to have spoilers in the chat because, well, we don't want spoilers. SJ with a tough shot on Champagne. I mean, SJ could probably light us up for 40 or 50 tonight if he really wanted to. But that doesn't matter. What matters is still outscoring the other team. And we are down by 6 not doing so. That sentence did not come out the way I wanted to, but I think it still made sense. He gets Barnes in the paint, spins around his defender, throws it off the glass, and nice job by Harrison Barnes. 19-15. Timeout OKC. I'm just glad the Spurs court isn't fatiguing my optical receptors. Nice. 6-win last year, Kokoshibo. I'll look it up. This has got to be one of the worst lineups ever. Jay, what's up? He says, go, Zach, go. 6-win last year. It was... I don't even know if it happened in 2023, mid to late December. I'm going to find out now. We did have that 18-game losing streak, probably my least favorite moment as a content creator. All right, the Spurs were 4-20 on December 15th, 5-25 on December 28th, 6-30 on January 10th. Wow. We're almost 2 months ahead of schedule. Now, all these injuries are certainly not helping. I believe we were relatively injury-free last year until the end of the season. So the seasons are kind of inverted, where we're starting the year off injured, whereas last year we started off healthy and the injuries started mounting at the end of the season. Dang, 6th win. We went on a 2-game heater. January 10th, we beat the Pistons, and then the 12th, we beat the Hornets. Wow, there's a lot of losing streaks last season. Oh my gosh. We had the 18-game losing streak after we started off 3-2. Then we had a 5-game losing streak, another 5-game losing streak, a 4-game losing streak, a 7-game losing streak, a 5-game losing streak, a bunch of threes, and last season was rough. With 18 being the worst by far. That I hope to never, ever, ever, ever have to deal with that by the Spurs or quite frankly, New York Giants. But the Giants right now are looking like, with the quarterback change, if you haven't heard Daniel Jones bench, the Spurs may finish at best 3-14 this year. Maybe they'll win one more game. They're going to suck. Jared, just talking about the Giants. Wow, Daniel Jones done as a New York Giant. Benched, will never play again. Didn't want him to begin with, but I rooted for him because I got to root for the guy that's in there, and the Jones era is over. What a freaking mess. Addy T. Rolla, good evening. Aflo, no Wemby tonight. No, Gregory didn't. Blue Panda, let me check. Let me check my Gmail account now. Got it. I did get it. You're welcome, and I do need a mailing address, Blue Panda, to send. It can be a P.O. box, whatever, but I do need a mailing address. It's going to be sent via Amazon Prime, so if you get the mailing address out to me ASAP, I will send it out tomorrow. 2 days shipping. You should have it, hopefully, certainly by the end of the week, I would think. So congratulations. We'll get the Wemby out to you as soon as possible. Just need an address to send it to. And I'm glad you came in tonight. That's awesome. And Tommy DeVito. Or the Danny DeVito era. Would you like to have Becky Hammond as our coach? Sure. You're welcome. David, fringe play-in. The Western Conference is stacked. If we were in the Eastern Conference, we'd be a playoff team. Or the Leastern Conference. Westbrook is not on the Thunder. He is on the Nuggets, I believe. Okay. Yes, it was, Kyle. It was. Jared, my guy. 1915. And it is Thunderball. And I expect SGA to play a lot of minutes for the Thunder tonight. Well, he's not in there right now. Aaron Wiggins in the paint with the bucket off the glass. And he's been scoring a lot tonight. I think he has 7 or 8 points already. Don Desi podcast. No idea. Not a Lakers fan. So I have no idea. Are they playing somebody bad tonight? Are they playing the Jazz? If that's the case, then yes, they should win tonight. Trey Jones, corner 3. Trey Jones for 3. Oh, congratulations, Jared. I'm waiting for Kai to suit up too. He's been on a rough patch lately. I've been keeping an eye on him. There hasn't been anything. I like to do, videos when he goes off and has a big game. But the last I checked, he's had a streak of games of like 6 points, 7 points. Keeping an eye on him still. By the way, there was an air ball for the Thunder. It is Spurs ball. Trey Jones with the ball for San Antonio. To Castle. Castle whips it around to a wide open Barnes for 3. Tie game. Jeremiah, what's going on? Stressed right now. This game is going to be... I'll cheer you up by showing the game. All right. Deal.
Sucker!
Jan Williams pull-up J is good. 23-21. Good morning from the Philippines, Jeffrey. Three Beards, yes. And Scattered Disc, good evening. The intro music I did write. I think almost anything that's metal on this channel that you hear now, I wrote and performed it. Trey Jones with the ball for the Spurs. 5 on the shot clock. Gets out of the Castle, wheels it around. Keldon for 3. Hey! Keldon! Aaron Wiggins. Did I say Andrew Bronson? Aaron Wiggins. Williams pull up from the elbow. Good. Did I accidentally say Andrew? It's Aaron Wiggins on the Thunder. Cowboy X Factor. No Chemby tonight. Very disappointing. And Charles Bassey is on the court. Of course, the players on the court are right over here. Blue Panda, let me double check and make sure I got that. We should be good to go. And I'm very happy to send that Wemby out to you. By the way, while we're talking about the giveaways, I'm going to continue to do giveaways on the channel. We got a bucket and 1 for Charles Bassey. My apologies, I was checking something here. Viewer just... so let me get back on the giveaways. We're going to continue to giveaways. I'm just not going to announce them in community notes anymore because I did notice a slight trend where the subscriber count would go up just a little bit. And Blue Panda, you're in Texas? I'm not going to say anything else. You're in Texas? I just want to make sure I'm looking at that right. Okay, cool. Awesome, I'll get that out to you tomorrow. Vincent from Columbia, good evening. So we're going to continue to do giveaways, probably one a week. But I want to make sure the giveaways are going to you guys, the faithful that come here all the time. Granted, I'm not going to stop a new subscriber from getting a giveaway either, but I don't want somebody to subscribe just for one night, win something, and then disappear forever. That doesn't seem fair to you guys. So the giveaways will be random. We'll just announce them during the game, and then we'll do a giveaway. Tied game, 27-27 off of that bucket. Kyle Lawrence Taylor. I'm going to say it. I'm a little jaded, or biased. Lawrence Taylor, the greatest defensive player of all time. Some will say Ray Lewis, Reggie White. LT changed the game. There's a reason there's a movie called The Blind Side. Trey Jones in the paint, throws it up off the glass, no good, falls down. Keldon Johnson actually lifts him back up to get him down to the defensive end. Doesn't matter. Jalen Williams goes coast to coast with the layup. Thunder take the lead. 5-Lug Racing, good evening to you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm a little loopy tonight. I'm a little medicated. Not on medication. I've been not feeling well the past 2 days. Trey Jones for a corner three, no good. Charles Bassey with his second offensive rebound this possession. Gets it to Keldon. Thunder really getting tight with the defense. Keldon's just going to launch a three. Where's this been all year? All right. Jalen Williams with a block by Bassey.
Ha ha ha! Not in my house!
Champagne's now going to launch a three. Ugh. Way to kill the momentum, Julian. Go Castle, go? Maybe? Because it needed some fixing. Frankly, these are the players on the court on the right. What made you not feel well? The Giants, Spurs? No, just sometimes, when you get old, you come down with something. I think a workout I did may have pushed hard, and I ended up just had a really upset stomach and didn't feel well for about 24 hours and did not sleep because of that. And then the next night, I didn't sleep well either. So then I ended up, the stomach ache transitioned to kind of a migraine. Finally starting to feel better. But man, being sick sucks. But I was not going to miss tonight. I was doing everything I could. Collins really not even our third best center. Nice Mallistic. Thunder ball. SGA for three. Good. Wow. And now the teams are just going back. Thank you, Grant. I try. Rest in peace to Kembe. Will be missed. Did so many good things for so many humanitarian things while being one of the greatest defensive centers of all time. Spurs ball. Turnover by Malachi. I think that was Malachi. Quick pull-up three down the other end. Dang it. A.J. Mitchell with the three in transition. Remember when, as you were running in transition, you would try to get a dunk or a layup? Now it's just pull up for three. Brandon with the ball again. Gets it to Bassey. Bassey in the paint. Bucket and one! Charles Bassey playing aggressive tonight. Carlos Jeter, como esta? M Easy BX, thank you for stopping in. Yes, Cowboys, sorry, they did push me to limits. And Victor Wembanyama is not playing. SGA, number 2 for the Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, it's just saying his whole name is a mouthful, so I just say SGA. I hope Wemby returns on Thursday, 5-lug. Don, I don't know what's going on with him. I was shocked he was out today. Not surprised he was out the other night. Now he missed a free throw. So hopefully he's going to be back soon. Or Steph Curry, Joshua. Steph Curry's okay to launch a 3 on a break as well. SJ with the ball again. He's got headband power tonight. One-on-one with Trey Jones. Well, that'd be a turnover as Julian Champagnie steals the ball and the Spurs can hold. Shot clock is off. 35-32. It's been an entertaining, very offensive-driven first quarter for both teams. Castle out in three-point land, starts to take off, gets into the paint. It's going to be a charge. Alex Caruso takes the charge. Shai Gilgamesh of Alexandria. Well, okay then. By the way, those just coming in. You did, Carlos, I remember. And that is Alex Caruso. Yes, it is. 63%, Dan? Holy moly. And just the quarter's going to end. Since you guys mentioned Goga, William Juvie, good evening. Grogu's got a change in his attire. You ready? Are you ready? Bum, 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 bum. Who's a Spurs fan now? Headband Grogu. Rocking his Spurs jersey. Woo! Look at my Spurs jersey. But don't forget to look at my headband. Woo! Yeah. Jam. Would you like to rub my headband, young lady? Ooh, yeah, mama. Ooh, let's rub both sides of that headband. Yeah. Headband. All right. Isn't he looking good? We haven't tried yet Cowboy X Factor. I think it's going to be Groku Caruso. I think it's going to be, looks like Zach Collins. I mean, okay. No, the Opinion Sports Show, Wemby and Vassell out again. What's up with that? You damn right. Don't take a genius to see Bassey's better than Collins. Bassey's way better on defense. I mean, that's not even debate. Zach does have the ability to shoot the three. Sometimes. That's about it. Problem is Zach is making about $18 million a year, so he's going to keep playing because of that. Rub headband.
Rub headband, you're best.
Cowboy X Factor. I was just actually talking at the beginning of the stream. Is there a little Spurs jersey that'll fit little Mikey? Because Coyote's already got a jersey. Boop. That jersey fits him well. This is truly the ultimate Spurs channel when Grogu does the silver and black. I prefer Zach not shoot the three either. Grogu has Bennermized. Andy, wow. Made in the Abyss. This game is not worth the TNT sub. Oh, I bought Sling. I'm actually going to cancel it after the game. I paid for it for 1 month because there were multiple games on TNT and ESPN. I will not have it for a month, and then I'll get it back again for more games on those particular channels. If Zach's shooting, he's better be making them. No Mamu yet. The Opinion Sports Show, I was wondering that earlier. The game? All right, you asked for it.
Sucker!
Ron was saying the Nets are having a fire sale. The whole team is available for trade. Would love to see Nick Claxton next to Victor. Two Vets Player of the Year candidates protecting the paint with Soy and roaming. I think we talked about a player from the... was Cam Johnson on the Nets? I mean, they might be doing a fire sale. Steven Z with the $2 super chat says, "Let's go Spurs." Thank you very much. Appreciate you supporting the channel. And you've been a supporter. You've been super chatting a lot. So thank you so much, Steven. Appreciate it. And thank you all for hanging out tonight. Especially with Wemby out. I mean, I'm still very interested because I want to see what Stephon Castle's doing. Still want to see how our vets are playing with this teams. And also, the team needs to learn how to, if at least not win, compete without Wemby. I don't want to see this team getting smoked by 30 or 40 Wembys down there. At least be competitive. You have a job to do. Just because you're missing one guy doesn't mean you can't go out there and compete. Only 60 likes that far, Dan? Well, this is all I can say. Petition to buy a camera. Well, I mean, I swivel the camera around, Borgathon. He's not here. He doesn't live here. Nor do I live with Miss TSR. SGA spins around in the paint and tosses the ball out of bounds. Whoops. Did not mean to do that again. My bad. Oh, the likes are at 95. We should be at 100 pretty soon. Rich, you need to make a video with all your dolls, making an impression for each one. I do have a TSR family video with all the plushies, except for Miss TSR's plushies. So maybe we'll make an updated TSR family video with everybody. There's a lot of people. Zach Collins turns the ball over. You guys should be thrilled about that. Please always make the plan like two. Blue Panda, I wouldn't be opposed to the plan, but I think the West is just so good. This is a 3 for the Thunder. That's in and out, and we have a Sandro Mamakellishvili signing. We have a foul on the Spurs. Push. Zach, CP hit 3, hit Zach with a perfect pass, and he fumbled it. Sounds about right. You know, this collection of plushies wasn't planned. Cowboy X Factor, you've been here long enough, and some of you else have been here long enough to remember Jalen Williams for 3 no good when we used to have Cardboard Brittany and Butthead. I still have all those guys. They're just, you know, we've moved on to a different era of Spurs. SJ with a pull up from the elbow, no good. Foul going in the line for 2. The video quality on Bears jersey box was incredible. Is your stream camera the same as your VOD camera? It is, Marauders. So the reason the video looked so much better, and someone actually commented that it looked great. When I'm shooting the game at night, I'm using fake lighting. I have umbrella light. First free throw is good for SGA. I shot that video in the afternoon at around 4 o'clock. My room I'm in right now was filled with sunlight. It was natural lighting. Natural lighting always looks better than artificial lighting. Same exact camera, same exact settings, but real lighting as opposed to fake lighting. So for you future filmmakers out there, real lighting always looks better. You just got to be careful with natural lighting that you're not backlighting your subject, because then that'll darken their face out. Spurs ball, CP3, 6 on the shot clock, out in three-point land, 37-32. Gets it into Mamu. Mamu turnaround, tough J is good. Carver, Brittany's... Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. And she's in the basement, Sal 77. As I look away, we get a quick bucket for the Thunder. That's a 3. 40-34. Steven, that would be absolutely awesome. Champagny with the ball, gets it to Mamu in the paint. Mamu, little jumper, is going to roll off the rim. Now we have a foul on Mamu or a jump ball? I think it's a foul. I have been to 3 Spurs games, Blue Panda. I went to 2 in 2022. I went to Texas in December of 2022. Met a lot of you guys while I was out there. Well, not a lot, but a handful of people while I was out there. Actually, a subscriber gave me the hoodie I'm wearing right now. So that's pretty cool. Oh, it is a jump ball. All right. Jump ball. Nice shot by Mamu. It's a jump ball with him and SGA, so Mamu should win this one, I would think. Mamu's still complaining he got fouled. The refs aren't going to hear it. But I've been to 2 Spurs games in Texas. Then I saw the Spurs play the Wizards back in 2014. It was a championship team, I think. 13 or 14. It was 13. It was the championship team with Timmy, Manu, and Tony. Dort misses down. I think that was Dort misses a layup down the other end. Spurs ball on the run. Champagne gets into Collins. Collins in the paint. Gets fouled. Oh, my clock's not running. I gotta fix that. There you go, Cowboy X Factor. Exactly. What's my fondest LT memory? I didn't see LT play live until the last few years of his career. Really, what I remember the most about Lawrence Taylor, this is going to be a weird thing to say. He was obviously a great player on the field, but the LT memories that come out to my mind the most, since I saw him play so little on the football field, are when I played Madden for the Genesis and how freaking fast he was as an outside linebacker and would get like 10 sacks a game. Collins would a bucket in the paint. I remember Lawrence Taylor taking on Bam Bam Bigelow in WrestleMania 11. And then Lawrence Taylor in a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. I think that was called From Hell. It's my biggest Lawrence Taylor memories. It's terrible, but I mean, if we're talking football, his sack on, I didn't see it live, but his sack on Theismann is legendary for the wrong reasons. Madden on Genesis. Yes, Joanne. We're going back to the early 90s. I think Madden 92. That pull-up 3 is no good. A fight for the rebound, and we're going to have a foul on the Thunder. It's going to be Spurs ball. Down by 4. Close game. Veronica, good evening to you. Carlos, appreciate the like update. Would like to get to 125 before we get to the half if we can. 150 would be preferable. Omar Perez, good evening to you. It is Spurs ball, 40-36. By the way, I saw a stat. I don't know if you guys saw this on either Air Alamo or Pounding the Rock. And I don't want to do a video on it because I didn't really have a lot to say on it, and it's a very negative stat. But turnover Champagny. Blake Wesley has the worst plus-minus on the entire Spurs roster as of that article. Just throwing that out there. SGA. That's a tough reverse layup. No good. Dort misses. Spurs ball. Paul gets it up to Collins. Collins in the paint. Layup. Good. 2-point game. Let's go, Spurs. Rookie of the Year, Blue Pen? I hope it's Stephon Castle. Marauders, no. Bo Jackson was on another level. Who's this? Wow. Who the hell was that for 3? Dort for 3. And Dort gets blocked in the paint. And then Caruso plays some defense and causes a steal. Another turnover for the Spurs. Branham lost the ball. I think one of my numbers is wrong on my roster. SGA out in three-point land, guarded by Branham. That is a massive mismatch. And that 3 is no good. And the Thunder get the ball back. Caruso for 3, no good. Mamu finally with the rebound. 43-38, 7.5 minutes to go. Spurs ball. Again, the game is on TNT. If you are looking to watch along, I assume you would have the game on. If Champagny with a corner 3. That's no good. Come on, Spurs. You just had the lead a little while ago. The Thunder are only 2 of 11 this quarter from the field. Make that 2 of 12 as SGA misses Collins with the rebound. Spurs are 3 of 6, so the Thunder are getting a ton of offensive rebounds. Collins going to get into it, and that's a foul. I don't think my players on the court's up to date. That is not right. There we go. I'm looking at them like, wait a minute, these names aren't matching who I'm seeing. Sorry about that. Jared McCain is playing great. I didn't realize how good he was playing, Josh, until I looked him up. I think we can get rid of... I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I take care. I think we can. G, you're right. Someone does have to have the plus versus minus. I didn't think it would be Blake Wesley, though. It is what it is, right? Keldon thinks about a 3, gets it over to Champagny, who's open for 3. Flagler with the rebound? Flagler? I don't even know who that is. That's the guy I was trying to figure out who was on the court. I was like, who the hell's number 14? As SGA gets into the paint, misses the shot, gets fouled, gonna go to the line for 2. I'm serious, I'm looking like, who is 14? Timeout. R-Dub, I mean, they're only up by 5. Did you know that other channel's playing your music? What other channel? 3 Beards? Wait a minute, 3 Beards. Did you know that what other channel's playing my music? Is somebody using TSR's music? Who won the Baby Coyote? We can do triple boops. Geez, I don't remember. Maybe July 26th? Or maybe he won the Baby Wemby. I don't remember, Veronica. I just tried to copy your rich. Which there's certain players on Madden and 2K that are so good that you can use to troll Curry, Duncan, Lamar, Mahomes, LT. You know who's to be really good? The Amish don't go to prison. Are you being serious, 3 Beards? They were using TSR's music? Like, one of my songs? Like, were they using music that I used to, like a YouTube song, like just generic rock? Or was it actually, like, me singing and playing? The Amish don't go to prison. That's... No, my old intro was not mine. So if you guys are talking about the rap songs, like the statement song, the rap songs were not mine. Those were YouTube songs. The metal stuff that's on the channel now is 100% me. Hey, you guys! Smash a thumbs up. Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, the old intro. Okay. I've never heard of this song. Omar, is this the Omar that I worked with? I saw you come in the chat and I was like, that's not him, is it? So that's why I didn't say anything. But is it the Omar that's... well, I still work with, technically. We're just in different units now. I do remember you, but I saw your name and I really for a second was like, the way you came in, or at least the one statement I saw, I was like, that's not him. But I know who it is, if it is who I think it is. Yes, let's get those likes up. Don't get fooled by... Yeah, well... Hey, considering no Wemby, no Chet Holmgren, you got to think, ESPN and TNT must be like, what the heck? Because every Thunder and Spurs game is televised this year. I think on either TNT or ESPN, with the big matchup of Chet Holmgren versus Victor Wembanyama. Well, the first matchup was a dud as Wemby didn't show up. And now tonight, neither guy's playing. Victor Wembanyama out with a knee injury, day to day from what it appears. Chet Holmgren maybe out for the year. Who the heck knows? I wish him the best. I'd like to see a long, fruitful battle between Wemby and Chet over the years. I call it Chemby for short. But I'm not trying to be negative, but I always try to be realistic. Optimistic but realistic. That Chet Holmgren injury, that can't be good. If that doesn't heal right, oh my Lanta. Good evening, Rich. Feeling sick, just checking to hit the like button. Go Spurs, go, and good night. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Greg. Hope you feel better. I'm under the weather, too, and taking some medication. Rich, remember you and I working? Carlos, I don't think we worked together in real life. Did we? I'm sorry, Jason. Sorry to hear that. Vic or probably Michael Vick. Vic was doing crazy things back then. Piston Hurricane, wow. If you haven't seen Headband Grogu, rocking a Spurs jersey. First free throw is good for SGA. Yes, road trip. He missed his entire rookie season with, was it a torn ACL or MCL? Something kept him out the whole year. I don't remember what the injury is. Last season, he did play all 82 games, which I was shocked at. This year, he played, about 10 games, and he may not play another game again. I don't know. That's a very serious injury that Castle with the turnover in the paint, 45-38, 6.5 minutes ago. I would doubt we see him again this year. I'm not a doctor, though, so hope I'm wrong. Trey Jones with a deflection, though. It stays with the Thunder, and that pull-up three is no good. Harrison Barnes with the rebound. I think the report on Chet is out for 8 to 10 weeks, and then will be reevaluated. Keldon for three. No good. Close, but not so much. Yes, Stephen D, we do. There you go, road trip. Chet will play every other year. That's not good. Dort for three. No, it's not Dort. Which one is that? Jones for three. Sorry. It's a 10-point game. Spurs, wake up. Stop with these second quarter collapses. Keldon won a corner three. KJ with 3 threes tonight. William, I hope not. Everything looks good on my end. Might just need to hit refresh. Is SGA travels. Turnover. Can't wait to see Bear continue to lay down on stream, but now with the Spurs jersey. I don't know if it's going to fit in Marauders. I am very thankful for Andy getting this, but he said this is the biggest size Amazon had. Is we're going to a timeout. Bear is 75 pounds, and he's got a big head. A big hard head. I don't know if this will fit. We're going to try, but the little armholes and how wide this... I think he's way wider than this. I can tell you right now, looking at this jersey, he's way wider than this. He'll just put it on his head. Barnes in the paint, pass it out to Jones, over to Castle. Castle fakes the three, back to Jones. He fakes the three. Toss it over to Barnes. He'll take a three. No good. Bassey gets the rebound to Keldon. Keldon gets it to Jones. Jones in the paint. Back to Barnes. Barnes throws it up. Fouled at the rim, going the line for two. Bengals, Victor is not playing. No Devin Vassell. No Victor Wembanyama. I'm not going to cut the jersey. I know it's a lot too long for Grogu, but I'm not going to alter this jersey in any way. No way. My little Spurs buddy. It does look awesome on Grogu. Bear is just fluffy. He's got a big head, Marauders. He got a big, hard head. Believe me, his head's hit me once in the face. Never again. I also have a Incredible Hulk pillow, and the jersey looked pretty good on him, too. But it looked like it might be stretching it just a little, because the Hulk's muscular, so I don't want to keep it on there. Alexis, good evening to you. Grogu is he's a friend. As I look away, that's a quick missed shot by the Thunder. Spurs on the run, on the rebound. Barnes with the ball. Thought he was going to take off, but he gets it to Castle. Castle on three-point lane against Caruso. At the elbow. Alley-oop to Bassey. Bassey with the alley-oop tip in. And seeing Castle being able to throw alley-oops to our guys is a good sign because he's going to be our point guard of the future. We're going to want him to be doing a lot of alley-ooping to Victor Wembanyama, but also Jeremy Sohan's been the recipient of alley-oops in the past, so that is definitely a good thing to see. Timeout, guys. How many rebounds does Noah? S-H-A-N? Shan? Am I missing something? I'm not sure who you mean. Michael says, Bassey over Collins now. Just pay Collins to sit on the bench. Sohan or Castle in 3 years as a second option. David? Castle. I mean, we're already seeing we're seeing advancement this year with Sohan, but I think I'm going to say Castle. Oh, Champagny. Julian Champagny. Is he in the game right now? He's not, so I don't see how many rebounds he has. We will go over the halftime stats at halftime. Let's see if I can fix that just a little bit. That's better. Nice to have Trey Jones back running the show off the bench. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have Trey Jones running things off the bench. He's the best backup point guard we have. Stormy Daniels, good evening to you. Please Bassey as backup to Wemby. I appreciate your comment earlier about the plushie collection wasn't planned. It wasn't. So, if we look at what I have here, the one thing I have is Grogu. I bought this Grogu at Walmart, I don't know, a year ago, maybe a year and a half. It was like $20. I'm like, I need a Grogu. That's when I was watching The Mandalorian. That's when everybody's watching The Mandalorian. So I picked up Grogu. So that's the first part of the couch contingent that's with me now. Obviously, Selena's been here for a long time. This is actually, Baby Coyote is not mine. For the record, this is Miss TSR's Baby Coyote. She had knee surgery last November, and when she was rolling out of the hospital, literally, I see her rolling out with the Baby Coyote as kind of a surprise to me. He was her like little, comfort, get better thing, feel better thing. So Baby Coyote is hers. He just stays here. The last member of the family, Lil Mikey, I saw him at a comic book warehouse show, which, by the way, the comic book, I went to a huge comic thing recently. I'll have a video up on I Like Crap on Friday, the second channel by TSR Sports. Well, not TSR Sports, by me. He was at a comic show. I was buying stuff from somebody I've bought a lot from over the past year and a half. I didn't have any cash left on me, and I saw this as I was leaving. I'm like, hey, how much for Lil Mikey here? He's like, I don't know, $5. I'm like, hey, I don't have any cash left on me. Can you just put him in the back? I'll pick him up when I see you again in like 2 weeks. And he said, just take it, which is really cool because these are actually like $20 on Amazon. So Lil Mikey, there you go. Miss TSR's collection, you've seen her with Slothy, which is a sloth. You might be like, why a sloth? She apparently likes sloths, but one of her best friend's daughters bought her that really cute plush Slothy, so he was the first part of her family. I then bought her the little Groot because we had just watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And then we were talking about a hall pass, and she said that Patrick Stewart is the person that she would pick. So I bought her the little Jean-Luc Picard and letting her know she can sleep with him anytime she wants. There you go. Veronica Kellen's looking pretty good so far. Joel says, when you see Zach Collins getting roughed up by smaller guys, it's not even worth playing. Well, I mean, he gets pushed around a lot. 4.5 minutes, guys. 4.5 minutes, Spurs down by 3. Our three-pointer by the Thunder is no good. That was Kenrich Williams for 3. Picard needs to change residency. Veronica, Little Mikey's not going to Texas. Bassey with the shot in the paint, no good. It may have been partially blocked. There was a lot of contact. Man, the Thunder like to shoot threes. And that one is good by Aaron Wiggins, not Andrew, Aaron. Joshua, ooh, gross. Jean-Luc Picard is low-key new star of TSR. I'm telling you guys, ask for Picard a lot, and he likes being on camera. He really does. I mean, who doesn't? Barnes for 3. Nice pass by Castle. G51, I agree. Black Panther, Carlos, I found him at a comic show. Am I a Kentucky fan? No. Asia, good evening to you. Thank you for stopping in. Kendrick Williams off the last good 53-48, 3.5 minutes ago. Spurs up by 5. I know Patrick Stewart's old, but I mean, she's probably thinking young Patrick Stewart, like next generation. Make it so. Harrison Barnes forcing his way into the paint, forces up a shot, no good. Going to go to the line for 2. R-Dub, I'm not sure we're going to see Pop again. I mean, it's going to be his call. Mild stroke is not a joke, and I'm not rhyming to make light of anything. I think he's going to have to really... I think he'll stay in the front office no matter what. I don't think he's retiring completely from the Spurs organization. I'm going to do a cheap plug here. Well, we get a couple free throws. First one is good, 49-53. Missed the second one. Second channel right there in the chat. I like crap. Next video will be up Friday about a comic book warehouse sale I went to where everything was $3 a book, and I grabbed quite a few books that go from 10 to 20 to maybe more. It was a lot of fun, so that will be up Friday. So if you'd like to check out the channel, there it is in the links. We're doing one video a week, and been a lot of fun doing it. Castle with the turn. Oh, nope. It was stolen by Caruso, but Caruso stepped out of bounds. It'll stay out the Spurs 14 on the shot clock. What's all the U's in the chat? Joshua Gross. Oh no, what did he say? Oh, about his basketballs. Well, hey again, Asia. And 128 likes. Let's get him up. Veronica, I love comic books. I've been collecting for far too long. Spurs ball. Keldon with it out in three-point land. 6 on the shot clock. I think he's just going to launch a 3. Nope, he's going to take off. Nope, step back 3. What the? Keldon. Also, and I like crap, we recently did Macho Man Randy Savage's album. If you didn't know Macho Man had an album, well, check out the channel. You'll learn all about it. Jason, go Spurs, go to you, and go Castle, go. He is rocking a 3. Stephon Castle for 3, no good. And Bassie just takes a shot to the face. Cash Blue, you know what? I think Bassie needs more minutes over Collins. Gives us a defensive presence in the paint. He's not going to get bullied around. I like what I'm seeing to Bassie. And Keldon Johnson, 3-point shot. I don't know what's going on, but it's going in. Wait, what does TSR look like without the cap? There may be an insight to Mississippi. I showed you guys. I buzzed it recently. 55-52, a little over 2 minutes to go. Charles Bassey's first free throw is good. Yes, William, actually we do have Hulk Hogan's album on the channel 2 weeks ago and Macho Man's album from last week. So if you haven't checked out the channel, it's been a lot of fun, and as I'm getting more acclimated to how I like to do the content over there, I do think the content's getting better. Both albums suck. Well, Veronica, I do have the same email, eternitystore@gmail.com. In DeVito we trust. In Tommy DeVito we trust, Asia. 55-53, missed the second free throw. Close game. Oh my gosh. Jalen Williams just gets in the paint, blows by our defense, 57-53. And that's a player we could have had. Who do we take over Jalen Williams? Was it Devin Vassell? Or was it Primo? Ugh. Keldon with the ball, drives in the paint. Get out of here! Oh my gosh, Keldon with the thunder!
Thunder of justice.
Wow, Keldon Johnson. Where's this been all year? Hitting threes, driving to the paint, going through 3 defenders, and throwing it down hard. Keldon with a corner 3. Keldon! What the hell? $17 points already. 6 of 7 from the field. What? And a turnover by the Thunder. Keldon, we've been needing this all year. Chris, good evening to you. You met Tim Duncan? Wow, I'm jelly. Extra smooth, dude. Keldon said, F you, Jobu. I do it myself. Jobu is J-O-B-U, by the way, I think. Turnover Spurs, though. Keldon tired of the disrespect, right? This has been the best half, maybe, of Keldon's career. I actually don't know how Jobu is spelled. I think it's J-O-B-U. Sorry, go Castle, go. I'm just, I know who you're talking about. Thunder ball, 3-point shot. No good. Offensive rebound. And a follow-up 3. In and out burger. Kelvin with the rebound. My clock is behind. My apologies. We have 13 turnovers already? Tied for the most in any half this season. 13 turnovers and we're up by a point. If they could cut this turnover crap out, we'd be a good team. 6 on the shot clock for Castle. Castle with a crossover, gets into the paint, going to get fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 2. We'll get the clock correct. 13 turnovers? There we go. 7.4 seconds on the clock. Black Panther, Carlos, I'm glad to see him playing like this, but he needs to play us more often. Check my email when he can. All right, Veronica, will do. Castle at the line. First free throw is good. We got a 2-point lead. Spurs fan, you're welcome. If anybody's new to the channel, this is a primarily Spurs channel. It is a sports channel. We do a lot of coverage on the Spurs. Trying to do more videos on the regular throughout the day. Trying to go live for every game throughout the season. So if you're looking for a Spurs community to hang out in, and I do think you guys are the best Spurs community on YouTube, make sure to hit the yellow subscribe button. And if you like to support the channel, become an official member and sponsor. All you gotta do is hit the thumbs up. Thunder can hold for the last shot. Jalen Williams launches a 3. No good. Spurs will take a 3-point lead in the half. Alex, I'll take that too. With all the turnovers we've had, no Wemby, no Vassell. Granted, they don't have Chet Holmgren, but I'll take a 3-point lead. Golan Cavern, good evening to you. Yes, Sirski, this is a good game. Let's effing go. Spurs is right. When we put the halftime up, we'll look at the halftime stats. I'll look at Veronica's email. I have another announcement for the channel for those of you that are in here. I've talked about wanting to expand the channel a little bit. So my plan moving forward is I'm going to try to do a video maybe every 2 weeks because it's going to involve a little bit more video editing. But sort of, I don't know, I want to call it a documentary, but maybe a video on, I've always said I love 90s basketball the most and 2000s as well. Maybe do videos on players that did something special in the NBA but don't have a lot of videos on YouTube, or maybe none. The player I'm actually doing right now, I saw has no videos, and they're not always going to be Spurs players. They're going to be players in the NBA that maybe have an interesting story, something happened, their careers ended early, whatever. But I'd like to do more little documentary type videos. I've looked around and I see a lot of channels have had success with those, and I do want to grow the channel. And I want the Spurs to be the primary force, but I also would like to get, even though the NBA is struggling apparently right now, more NBA content up, and it's something I'm really I'm looking forward to doing. And that's all I got. Without Wemby, indeed. KJ secretly wearing number 3 underneath. He might be. Eddie Jones could be a good player. Cash Bloom. Those type of players. You know, players I grew up with that maybe don't get a lot of love right now. Maybe you don't see a lot of videos on them. Like, you know what? That could be a fun video to do. Like, you know, what made him an all-star, or what made us think they were going to be a star. Maybe it never panned out, but there's a lot of players I don't see a lot of videos on. And again, the player I'm doing right now, I really can't find anything on about his career. I was like, I can't believe it. I don't want it to be a surprise, though. All right, so let's get up the halftime stats. By the way, the Spurs outscored the Thunder 28-22 in the second quarter. Can we get to 150 thumbs up before the third quarter starts? That's my challenge to you. We are near 150. Would like to get to it. That being said, let me get to the halftime stats as promised. And a good first half for our Spurs. Hopefully they can keep it going. They're going to have to. The offense is going to have to keep cooking if we're going to have a chance against the Thunder. All right, Jalen Williams with 14 points. SGA with 14 points. SGA does have 4 turnovers. So, yes, he's getting his points in scoring-wise, but he only has 2 assists and 4 turnovers. So we are doing a good job of making him work for his points. Aaron Wiggins has 11. Luguentz Dort with 0. 0 for 5 from the field. Kaysen Wallace with 7. Off the bench, Adam Flagler with 3. Dylan Jones with 3. Ousmane Dieng with 0. Kenrich Williams with 2. Alex Caruso with 0. AJ Mitchell with 3. So the Thunder are really going deep on the bench tonight. Isaiah Joe is out. Everybody else I have listed here has played. I got to get Flagler up. He's been, I don't know how much you're going to keep. I mean, they're going with an 11-man rotation right now. No wonder why I'm confused on who some of these guys are. That is way too many guys. Like, seriously, like, what are you doing, Thunder? Why are you going so deep in your bench? For the Spurs, we are going with a 10-man rotation tonight. The Spurs do have 13 turnovers to the Thunder 7. The Thunder is shooting 36% from three and 46% from the field. We're shooting 54% from the field and 41% from three. The Spurs are absolutely killing it with their shots right now. Let's take a look at who's playing well and who's not. Zach Collins with 4 points and 4 boards. He's in there. Julian Champagnie with 6. Harrison Barnes with 13. He's having a good first half, or having a good game. Chris Paul, 3 points, 5 assists. He has 4 turnovers. Jeez. Oh, we do have a lot of turnovers as a team, so that'd be no shock. Stefan Castle really struggling from the field tonight. 1 of 5. Over 3 from 3. I don't realize he's taken 3 threes already. 4 points, 2 assists. He does have 2 turnovers. He does have 7 assists, though, to lead the team, so that's a good thing. So at least he's dishing the ball well. Off the bench, Mama with 2. Kellen Johnson with a blistering first half. 12 minutes, 6 of 7 from the field, 5 of 6 from 3, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. The best half of Kellen's career, probably. Charles Bassey making a difference off the bench. 8 points in 11 minutes, 4 rebounds, 1 block shot. He is a plus 10 off the bench, the best player with the best plus-minus off the bench. Trey Jones with 3 points and not really much else in 11 minutes. And then Malachi Branham in only 7 minutes has a minus 7 because he scored 0, had 2 turnovers, and played 0 defense. So a double net negative by Malachi Branham in these type of games, and I've said it once, I'll say it again, when he is struggling offensively, he is useless on the court. I'm sorry, that might sound harsh, but you don't play any defense, and if you're not scoring, you're just out there doing cardio. And if you're out there doing cardio, you're not helping us win. All right. Let me check my email real quick, because Veronica said I need to check my email. Oh, she sent me a picture of the comic book store. Oh, there's a giant hole. Oh, all right. Nice. The comic book store she went to has a giant Deadpool, Harley Quinn, Darth Vader, the blue guy from Return of the Jedi that's playing the keyboards, the Incredible Hulk. I can't see who that is in the back in the white outfit. Wonder Woman, and is that Jean-Luc Picard as a Borg? Veronica, am I looking at that right? I think that's JL as a Borg. It is. That is wait. The girl in white. I think that might be Storm. I think it might be Storm. I'm going with Storm. All right, let me get back on the chat because I've been sitting here just yapping about everything. All right, let's see who I missed. Someone here earlier yes, Borgathon. I did a documentary about David Robinson. I did just like a 12 or 13 minute. I think that's going to be my wheelhouse for documentaries, around 15 minutes. I don't have the time to do a 40-minute, 50-minute, whatever. But I enjoy doing that. I want to do more of those, maybe like 2 a month. And so, yes, I did enjoy doing that. Devin Vassell is out because of a knee issue, Daniel. Didn't even know we had one. 22 Kelvin, back when he was the man. Indeed, Muhammad. Fresh Zero, we need to free Bassey. Trucking with Trell, thank you for stopping in. Ethan, thank you for being here. Chris, 150 thumbs up, coming on. We got it. Thank you. So, Spurs fan, yes, we were live for the game. It was when the Spurs played the Lakers. Wemby and Anthony Davis banged knees pretty hard. Both went down. And then Wemby went to the locker room. So, that was the injury. That was on... We played the Lakers on Saturday? Friday? Friday. I think it was on Friday night. Cortez, I mean, he should be adjusted by now, right? That was halfway through last season. Almost Carlos for almost at 25,000. No, Ethan, I am not. Stormy, the only Spurs player I have met is Sean Elliott. He was not a player. He was an announcer at the time. Tim Duncan was 3 feet away from me getting a piece of cake when I was in San Antonio, and I saw it was Tim. Had nachos and a soda in my hand, so I couldn't pull my phone out to take a picture, and before I knew it, he was back in his suite. I don't think that counts as meeting him. Miguel, I'm fine with that. I'm not going to say Cat's the best player. Bobby February, good evening. Shout out Bassey. I love how Penny Castle run this team. They take some pride on the defensive end and making sure guys know where to be the spot up. Thank you, Kellen, to be that man. Bobby, I'm glad Kellen's having a breakout game. Addy asks, would you guys take Jordan Stockton, LeBron Curry, or SJ Doncic as your backcourt? I got to pick from one of those 3, Jordan Stockton, or LeBron Curry, or SJ Doncic. So it's not going to be SJ or Doncic. Doncic does not play much defense, so I'm eliminating him. LeBron as a shooting guard? Because is LeBron going to be the point guard and Curry's going to be the shooting guard, or vice versa? Because you got a lot of size with LeBron. Yeah, he was a good defender younger when he was early in his career. Curry had the greatest shooter of all time. Then I look at Jordan Stockton. Stockton is the all-time steals leader. Was a multiple time, I assume, on the defensive teams back in the day. And then Jordan, arguably the greatest player of all time. I think he is, but some will argue. Wow, that's tough. The most championships are between LeBron and Curry. I think between those two, they have 7. Stockton never won one, and then SG and Doncic are obviously at 0. You really got me thinking on that. But I think I'm going to go with Jordan Stockton because I have a traditional point guard in John Stockton that can shoot, play defense, and get me 12 to 13 assists per game. I got the greatest shooting guard of all time, Michael Jordan. And I think nobody will argue with me on that one, that he's the greatest shooting guard. Whereas LeBron is better as probably a small forward, and Curry would play the point. And I think there would be a conflict of interest because both guys are going to want the offense to flow through them. And I think that's where that would not work. So I'm going to go with Jordan Stockton. That was a long-winded answer, but I wanted to give a good answer. And one that I was, sure of. Anything about the best player, not perfect convenience, we do the wrong. Ethan, I'm not sure where you're going with that. Joshua, I do have Sean's autograph, and I do believe I could read it. Al Quisola Chino, thank you for stopping in. John Stockton is the most overrated player of all time. Ethan, you must be trolling tonight. Juan, good evening to you. There's a rumor bringing back Jakob. Is there a rumor? I've seen people on the Facebook page said they want Jakob Poeltl back, but I don't think... I doubt it. Joshua Peters, good evening to you. Isn't his contract almost up and he has a big contract? Where's that? Is that rumor coming from another Spurs channel, or is that rumor something you actually saw on like Pounding the Rock or not to say Spurs channels aren't credible sources, but what's the source? Like me, if I do a rumor, it's not coming from me. I'm getting it from another basketball insider like Spurs Talk or Pounding the Rock, etc. So what's the source, I guess? Rich, in your opinion, what was the best non-Spurs and non-Giants duos for both NBA duos? Best duos. If we're just talking 2 players, the Twin Towers probably for the Spurs, right? For the Giants? Non-Spurs and non-Giants duos for both the NBA and NFL. I read that wrong. Turtles in Toronto. Collins would be on any team he offers nothing. Cortez, that's a fact. Best non-Spurs duo. Throughout the history of the NBA, you could say Magic and Kareem, Pippen and Jordan, Curry and Thompson. The teams that had 2 stars, Robinson, Duncan, even though you said non-Spurs, I'm going to say that. Shaq, Kobe. Any team that had 2 All-Stars, 2 Hall of Famers, and 2 guys that constantly help their team win titles, you got to put on that list. QB and wide receiver, and I'm not going to put AD and LeBron on there. They won one championship, the bubble championship. If they won another championship, sure, but I don't think I put them on there. Kobe, Shaq is definitely one of the biggest ones. So the Dyers, it's a tough one with Stockton alone, is they never won a championship. They had an amazing career. Both of them. Hall of Famers for sure. Even if you think they're overrated, they're easily both top 10 all-time for their respective positions, but never could win a championship. Pip and MJ, you had 2 guys that were great two-way players on both ends of the court. Great defense and offense. I'm not going to say Scottie Pippen was trash. Prime Scottie Pippen was a great defender, a great finisher at the rim. Not a great shooter per se, but he was definitely a good player in his prime. Brady and Moss, but I would take Brady and Gronk over Brady and Moss. Brady and Gronk put up some incredible numbers and got to the Super Bowl to back it up. Moss, yes, they have the 18-0 year, but they lost their last game to a certain New York team. Bron and Bronny. Oh, wow. Yeah, best duo. Well, if we're going that way, T-Gunk, Tango and Cash. Come on now. Tango, favorite duos of all time? Beavis and Butthead. Tango and Cash. I don't really like Robin, so I can't say Batman and Robin. He's not a Robin guy. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Marty McFly and Doc Brown. We're in halftime right now, Alex, but they're playing well. I mean, they're winning. Sounds good, Alex. Miss TSR and JF. Jean-Luc Picard, nice Bargathon. Prime Pippen was a good player. You don't Brandon Snippy, nice. You don't have to like Pippen, but in his prime with the Bulls, he was, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but he was a great player and has one of the best disrespectful dunks in the history of the NBA. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. His dunk on Patrick Ewing, where he dunked on him. Ewing fell down, and then he stood over him. And then as he was done standing over him, Patrick pushed him right in the junk. He actually pushed him in the crotch. Pippen went over and talked him, smacked to Spike Lee, and I think he said, go home or something. So Pippen was a fun player to watch in that day. Smoke Dope. I don't know what a Smoke Dope 2016 is, Ethan. I have no idea what you're talking about. Keith Short, thank you. Batari, thank you for stopping in. Well, he might be a crybaby, but I mean... Veronica, I don't want to say anything, but, you know, LeBron, for as good as he is, much like Luka Doncic and some other of the stars in the NBA today, do whine to the referees a lot. And it's like, you're better than that. Like, your ability on the court is so much better that you don't need to resort to that. Like, I don't think he does it anymore, but LeBron used to flop a lot when he was in Miami. Definitely did it earlier in his career with the Lakers. Like, dude, you don't need to do that. You're good enough that you don't need that. 13 turnovers by the Spurs, tied for the most in any half this season. And we're actually up by 3. No Wemby, no Vassell, no Sohan, still no Pop, and they're up by 3. All good, Ethan. It's all good. Mentos and Coke, one of the greatest duos of all time. Oh, wait, that's an explosive duo. Did he, Kyle? It's a very different game today, though. It's unfair. I mean, like when people compare Michael Jordan to LeBron James. They played in different eras and played different positions. It's not the same thing. It is going to be Thunderball to start off the third quarter. We got the clock running. Okay, everything's up and going. Williams' pull-up from the baseline is no good. Castle with the rebound. Stefan will bring it up for the Spurs. Takes off, gets into the paint. Muscles his way in. And I think it was blocked from behind. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Spurs ball. That's fair, Veronica. You know what? I don't think LeBron... Collins in the paint, a bucket and one. Who inadvertently kind of ruined the NBA? I want to say Steph Curry. Not him personally, but his ability to shoot the three from anywhere on the court caused the three. I think he was a big influence on the three-point shot being overused as much it is in today's NBA. So I'm going to say Steph Curry, actually. If I think of one modern player that's been hurtful to the NBA, it's been Steph Curry. Not of anything he's did, but just his style of play is, as you can see, has been, there's a lot of threes in the NBA these days. Everybody trying to be Steph Curry. What LeBron did, now, I'm not going to say LeBron ruined the NBA. What the hell was that? Chris Paul just, stopped and then took a shot off 1 foot. Spurs got the offensive rebound out to Harrison Barnes for 3. No good. Another offensive rebound for the Spurs. Champagny for 3. That's the biggest lead of the game. LeBron, Mars, good evening to you. The super team. My biggest criticism of LeBron is when he went to the Miami Heat and created the super team with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and Ray Allen. I think that was a bad look. And then other teams have tried to do it, and other teams have done it. The Golden State Warriors with the Splash Brothers and then adding Kevin Durant. I don't like those super teams. I don't think that's possible with the new CBA. Castle into the paint, gets blocked again. Stefan. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with Spurs ball. Please do one on Nenad Kristish Gritis East. So it's got to be a player I've heard of, David. As far as a documentary video, I have no idea who that is. Kyle Cruz, it did. It really did. Collins with the ball in the post. Gets it to Harrison Barnes. Barnes reverse layup. We are up by 11. The super teams have it in their flexor. They have. I didn't watch the Lakers and Celtics back in the day, so I can't really comment on those. There was the Shaq and Kobe super team. Although Kobe wasn't Kobe when Shaq went there, I don't believe. I think he was still an up-and-comer. In my memory, since I started watching in 1990, sure, there was the Jordan Pippen super team, if you will, with Rodman, but Jordan and Pippen were both drafted. Actually, Jordan was drafted by the Bulls. Pippen was he drafted by the Sonics and then immediately traded to the Bulls? I think his rookie year was with the Bulls, if I remember correctly. Nobody wanted Rodman at the time. The Spurs had Rodman, and we traded him for Will freaking Perdue because he was such a freaking headache on the court. Next thing you know, the Bulls are winning 3 more. So that super team's kind of a question mark because it was drafted players. You could look at the Spurs and say, well, the Spurs were a super team. TSR, yeah, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. Those were all players we drafted. And if a franchise builds a super team through draft, I don't have a problem with that because you did it the right way. You put together this talent by picking it out in the draft. The Thunder had a super team many, many years ago with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant. Now, not all those players were the players they would eventually be molded into, but they had those 3 guys and never won a championship. But they got all those guys from drafting, didn't they not? The current Thunder, a lot of their best players are draft picks. Built, not bought. Road trip. Exactly. I'm a traditionalist here. So I like teams that are built through the draft. And if you build a super team through the draft, then you earned that super team because you put the right guys together via the draft. And that's just a huge, round of applause to the GM for doing it right. I think Wemby's leading the league in blocks at like 3.7 per game. I think he'll get the defensive player of the year if he continues to lead the league in blocks. Obscure Spurs would be cool. Derek Dial, Blab, David Greenwood. So, South 77 for the documentary videos. Gino, good evening to you. Go Spurs, go. Go Spurs, go to everybody. Jeez, can't talk. For these documentary type videos, I do want to focus more on non-Spurs since this channel is heavily pushed by the Spurs. So I kind of want to focus on NBA players probably from the 90s and 2000s that just don't, had big moments, but they don't get the light of day anymore, if you will. Ethan, if you bring a player in and you develop him into a star, then I would not call that, that's good on you. Yes, he was, Hugo. But he wasn't the guy that was averaging 30 points and 15 assists or whatever he did that one year. Rich, AB, and Odell were amazing wide receivers for Giants Steelers with their attitude. Yes, they were, and yes, they did. Wemby Gallant should never get defensive player there if he keeps on getting eaten up by star big men. Interesting. Thank you, Peanut. He says, hit that like button, official sponsor of TSR Sports. Thank you. Way too early, Jay, for regular season MVP. Who is your Mount Rushmore the top 4 players in the league this year? Not sure because I haven't been following everybody, but one name that I'll put on there immediately is Nikola Jokic. He's averaging a triple-double, and the number he's been putting up as of late are video game numbers. SGA in the paint, misses a shot. Collins with the rebound. Castle in the paint, throws it out to Paul, over to Champagny, wide open for 3. What? Oh my God! 71-57. Kyle, you guys remember when he was like in love with the field goal net, that whole weird thing? And we're gonna have a foul on Champagny, I think. Yeah, Jokic is what he is doing right now is absurd. That one Asian dude we never played except in trash minutes and also didn't speak English circa 05-07. Who the hell's that? Collins is okay. 2 free throws for SGA. The first one's no good. Weird Wemby stat. Wemby has not allowed a basket while defending the roll Roll man in a PNR. Jokic will eat up Wemby. I mean, Anthony, you probably put up very good numbers against him. I mean, you're talking about a multi-time MVP in the NBA versus a guy just in his second year. TSR, you're a goat, brother, for covering every single game. The least all of 250 of us in here can do is like the show. Oh, thank you, Peanut. Listen, I really want to do every game this year. I said at the beginning of the stream, if I'm a little off at times tonight, I am on some medication. I've been under the weather the last roughly 48 hours, but I did not want to miss this game tonight, so I rested up a lot, took some meds before the game, and here I am. Barnes for 3. 16-point lead for the Spurs. And Trey Jones is back, your boy Sergio. That three's no good by... That was Aaron Wiggins. Wiggins with the ball again. Thinks about another three. Pulls it down. Drives in the paint. Throws it up. No good. Jalen Williams with the rebound. Will pass it out. Dort thinks about the three. Going to back to SGA. 10 on the shot clock. Whew. SGA takes off into the paint. Stops. Pops. Bucket. Shea is such a good power. Carlos, thank you for the banana with the $1.50 super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. I could use potassium, and I have bananas in my kitchen. They're a little too green. They should be yellow tomorrow, and I will be having a banana tomorrow with my bagel. Oh, Anthony, I know he did. Jokic ate up a lot of defenders last season, though. Let's be real. He's one of those players that you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. The Spurs did win the last game, Morgathon. That's a good point. They did. Castle with a mile-long three. I don't think I like that shot. He's really struggling with his shot tonight. He's passing the ball well, but really, really struggling with his shot. Getting blocked in the paint, missing all his threes. SGA with a crazy spin-around move and a pull-up J at the free throw line. 74-62. Avoided. Good evening to you. Thank you for stopping in. Champagny with the ball, drives in the paint. Throws up a layup high off the glass. No good. Nice move, but couldn't quite finish it. Thunder get up the court fast. SJ out in three-point land. A little over 8 minutes to go. He's going to launch a three. That is no good. Harrison Barnes with the rebound. The Cavs lost tonight versus Celtics. First loss of the year. I believe they're 15-1 now. CP3 with the ball for the Spurs. Gets it over to Barnes. Barnes going to take off in the paint. Awkward runner. No good. Fouled. Going to go to the line for 2. Jason, a Thunder fan, thank you for stopping in, says, let's go OKC. To the Thunder fans, what a bummer that Chet Holmgren got injured. I'm being serious. I was looking forward to all the matchups between Chet and Wemby, Chemby for short, and then you got a game like tonight, and all the Spurs Thunder games are nationally televised, and then we don't have Chet Holmgren from the Thunder. We don't have Victor Wembanyama for the Spurs, so both the players I was looking to see go one-on-one, the irresistible force versus the immovable object, are both out tonight. All right, so guys, I'm starting to see some arguing in the chat. Stop it now. I want to squash this now. Stop it. Let it be the person you're arguing with. Stop talking to them. You'll get timed out. If you remember the wrench gang, I will take your wrench away. I don't want to see arguing in the chat. It's negative. We don't need it here. Our team's winning by 13. It should be good times and happy times, not arguing times. 75-62, 7:45. To go in the game. Quick pull-up three down the other end is no good by Adam Flagler. Thunder get the rebound to get the ball back out to him. He misses another three. Who is your prediction for three-peat per game? Or 3 point per game? What do you mean, EJ? Rolly G, thank you for... Look, I hate seeing people arguing. And no ear biting either. Mile long... I mean, we're winning and people are arguing. I understand when we're down and getting beat by 40, people, tempers are flaring, but we're winning. We should be happy. Right? No? Am I crazy? Dort for 3. Good. Dort. What a great last name. Dort. Borgathon, Anthony, last warning. Stop or you're both getting timed out. Stop. Let it go. Castle with the ball, 3-point land, starts your drive, gets in the paint, throws it up. No good. Dang, Stefan. What's he like, 1 of 10 from the field tonight? 78-65, 6:40 to go. Spurs up by 13. SGA out in three-point land. SGA out in three-point land. Looking for a screen. Up. Going to get it to Dort for three. In and out. Offensive rebound back out to SGA. Swish. Second chance opportunities. Addy T. roll. I mean, we're playing. I mean, all things considered, no Wemby, no Sohan, no Vassell, no Pop. We're staying it. Question for fellow Spurs fans, says Flexer. In 2 years, do you think we'll be mad that we missed picking Castle and McCain? I hope not. Yes, Sandro Mamakashvili has played tonight. Well, Chris, I'm hoping that's not the place. Dad says stop arguing because he... That's right, place your order. That's right. You know what, McShibboom, this is a chance for our guys to show that they belong on the team. Charles Bassey's been playing pretty well tonight. Keep it going. Take Zach Collins' job. This lead is nowhere to be excited about. Listen, Anthony Bustamante, 10-point lead against this team is nothing. Castle's 1 of 9 ETM. Oh my gosh. Miguel, good evening to you. I don't think we knew McCain was going to be that good. I mean, he's not... I don't even know if I did a video on him. He's not a player I would have wanted an 8. I mean, when we were looking at the 8th round pick, I think a lot of folks were talking about some Dalton Connect, who has played well for the Lakers, admittedly. Matthias Buzelis was a name mentioned at the 8th overall pick. He has been awful. Tijian Saloon was a player we thought we might get at 8. He's playing in Charlotte. He's picked 6. He's been awful, at least shooting percentage-wise. He can't make a bucket. This was a draft that was going to be very much one of these, like... Now, if we needed shooting and the Spurs wanted a player like Dalton Connect, because he's the one that's been a surprise to me, then they should have traded down. Trade down from 8 to maybe 12 or 13. He was certainly available there. But it didn't happen. It is what it is. Yeah, Castle needs to stop shooting, Michael. Well, I guess he can't stop shooting. You got to keep the defenses honest. He's got 7 assists, which is good, but I think he had 7 assists in the first half, which means he has 0 this half. But 1 of 9 and 0 for 4 from 3 is not going to get it done. Definitely his worst shooting performance during the regular season. You know what? He's a rookie. He's going to have those, right? Not the team we wanted to have it against, but it was going to happen eventually. Luckily, Dort's having a rough night. He's 1 of 8, so one of our guys has a bad night. Maybe one of their guys has a bad night. Flagler's out there. He's 1 of 6. It happens. Barnes having one of his best games of the year as a Spur. He's got 19 points already. This actually might be Harrison Barnes' best game as a Spur this year. We're on a timeout. I didn't know. Carlos, I called out your banana. I missed the banana, Carlos. I said, Carlos, thank you for the banana. I could use some potassium. I'd have a banana tomorrow with my bagel. You don't remember that conversation? The banana and the bagel? You guys back me up. I talked about having a banana tomorrow and a bagel. Better to keep the first for a later season when you need to reload with young talent. I would have loved Rob Dillingham. Renee, more thumbs up? What are we at? We're getting close to 200. That's cool. Can we get to 200 before the end of the third quarter? We're only 15 away. The thumbs up, if you weren't aware, looks like this. Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go! Go Castle Go's got my back. Banana and a bagel. Thank you. So I'm definitely having a banana bagel. Mr. Z, all good? Yes, green. Yes, I did say my bananas were a little green, D-Dat. Thank you. Castle with the ball. 3 on the shot clock. Out to Kelvin. Kelvin's going to have to force a 3. No good. That was a rush shot. Not going to beat him up for that. Oh, okay, Carlos, just making sure. Banana and bagel hole. Saul 77, I'm not going to lie. I did think about that. That 3 is no good by Flagler. Flagler's been launching a lot of shots and not making them. Banana goal? A bagel? A banagle? How do you say that? Buccaneers, good evening, Thunder fan. Thank you for being here. Another 3 by Collins, an In-N-Out burger. And he's gone ice cold, looks like. SGA for 3, no good. Bassey flies in for the rebound, and he is definitely gives us some toughness in the paint we don't have when Collins is in there. Obviously, he's a much better rebounder, shot blocker. Harrison Barnes going to launch a 3, no good. And now both teams just going back. Ooh, collision. Bassey goes down. I hope he's okay. He's got a history of injuries. 3 is no good by Case and Wallace. And both teams are literally just chucking shots and missing. Chucking threes at that and missing. Kelvin with the ball. Alley-oop to Bassi. Boom! Shakalaka!
Thunder, thunder, thunder. Thunder, dunk of justice.
And SGA drives to the paint. Throws it off the glass. Gets fouled. And one. Fouled by Stefan Castle. Bassi. Andy Hu with the banana and the bagel. A nice alley-oop pass by Kelman, which something else we'd like to see him do more to Wemby. I would argue that McCain is more of a fit than Castle. He's a point guard who can shoot as an assistant player. Was he expected to go in the top 8, though? Jared McCain? The basket doesn't count? Oh, you're right, Rico. I just heard the announcer say, I don't understand what's an and one anymore. Let's take a look. I think that should have counted based on the quick replay I saw. Chris Paul, he is not in the game, so I can't see his points right now, Atlantis. Barnes with the ball, going to start to drive. Throws it to Kelvin. Kelvin thinks about the 3, pulls it down, throws it to Castle for 3. Oh my God. He can't buy a bucket. Alex Caruso. Out to Flagler. Flagler from the elbow. In and out. Berger. Castle with the rebound. What an atrocious shooting performance by Stefan Castle. We got to Trey Jones, who checked in for San Antonio. 4 minutes to go. To Barnes. Barnes, tough runner. No good. Gets his own miss. The putback is no good. It rolled and rolled and rolled off the rim. He'll go to the line for 2. Goal mark, he should have more than 8 if he's at 7. One more shot. And yes, the Medicare is an ice cube shooting right now. Ice cold. Barnes at the line for 2. Barnes, I think, has 19 right now. Looking for his 20th. I don't think... that's it. Harrison Ingram? He's in the G League. He missed a free throw. Harrison Ingram is not going to play tonight. No chance. Yeah, Ice Castle's D-Dat. That's. I hate to pick on Stefan Castle, but he is really, really struggling tonight. Daniel, we can get some Chuck tonight. Absolutely. It's time to need a good Chuck. Second free throw. Made that one. Good night, all. Game blouses. Would you like some pancakes, Charlie Murphy? From Lake Mutatunga. Man Chappelle show back in the day. And money. Alex Caruso drives on Trey Jones. And turns the ball over. Spurs ball, 81-70. Castle with an alley-oop. And Bassi with another thunder!
Thunder, thunder, thunder. Thunder, dunk of justice.
Quick bucket down the other end while we were playing. I think that was Kendrick Williams. But Bassi throwing the power tonight. He's playing well. Looks to be 100% now. Kelvin with the ball. Going to drive in the paint. Over to Barnes. Barnes tries a cute pass to Bassi. Gets deflected. Spurs still have the ball. Trey Jones going to drive baseline. Out to Kelvin. Kelvin fumbles it. He's going to force a 3. That was rushed. And quite a few feet behind the arc, and he made it. 86-72. I did not think that was going to go in. That thing was like a woo. That had a lot of arc on it. SJ out in three-point lane, guarded by Barnes. Hughes mismatch. Gets it to Caruso instead. Caruso for 3. No good. And Barnes with the rebound. Barnes playing really well tonight. And I will say he's been playing a little better defensively than I thought he was going to in San Antonio. I kept reading his defense is atrocious, but he's not been atrocious. He's been not been great, but he's certainly been at least average a lot. Jones in the paint, turns the ball over. Really bad pass by Trey, right into Jalen Williams' hands. Williams goes coast to coast. Yeah, we can't stop him. Big time Bassi is right, Tommy. And hello, Andrew, to you. 86-74, 2 minutes to go. Kelvin's going to drive, and he's going to get fouled. Renee, this has been, yes, I would say this has been one of our better games this year. I mean, no Wemby, no Vassell, no Sohan, no Pop. And we're up by 12 against the Thunder. I know people are, well, they don't have Chet Holmgren. Okay, they're down one guy. Actually, they're down Hartenstein, Holmgren, Joe. So they're missing some players too. I believe one of those players is a starter. We're missing 3 starters. So no excuses from either side, really. Jones with 3 lousy points. Well, that's 3 more than 0. Apparently, Jalen Williams double dribbled on his coast-to-coast layup. Flexer, I don't think he'll be in the starting 5 again, but we need this type of play from him off the bench. And he made both his free throws. If he can play like this off the bench, he's really going to be a big boost to this team. Boost! It is Thunderball down by 14. Jalen Williams is all sorts of falling around out there. Get the ball back to SGA. 8 on the shot clock. SGA guarded by Branham. Oh, boy. Launches a 3 over Branham. Yeah, if I got Malachi Branham in front of me, I'm going to have confidence to shoot, too. Bills, Bands, we'll find out. And Jason Williams will go, Spurs go, and an early birthday, too. Here's a Go Spurs Go for your birthday. Blue Panda, sore knee. I don't know when that happened, but sore knee. Brandon with the ball, over to Chris Paul. CP3's back in, by the way. He's going to launch a 3. Wow. Missing an action 3 is a Braddock missing an action 3. SJ in the paint. Loses the ball. Thunder keep the ball. And now it's going to go out of bounds, and that's a turnover. Braddock missing an action 3. I love that movie. She is blowing out the birthday cake. Coyote, you're enjoying the game, right? How about another good luck boop? Boop, 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 boop. Chris Paul with the ball for the Spurs. Out in 3-point land. 12 on the shot clock. Pick and roll. Zach Collins is back in. We have 14 turnovers. We had 13 going into the third quarter, so they've definitely cleaned that up. Collins in the paint. Collins with a little jumper. Biggest lead of the game for the Spurs. 16 points. All right, the Texans Spurs. I'll show you the game, my friend.
Sucker!
I'm shocked at how well we're playing. I'm proud of our guys for playing this well. This is what I want to see. That 3's no good by, who was that? Jones. And I said earlier in the stream, this team has to show that they know how to win without Wemby, or at least compete. And right now they're competing and winning. About 1 second from differential between the shot clock and game clock. Keldon with the ball. He's just going to launch a 3. In and out burger. I think we should have ran the clock a little bit more. Kendrick Williams, half-court 3. Not even close. 16-point lead going into the 4th. I think today is Zach Collins' birthday. It might be. 16-point lead by San Antonio. Whoa, what did I just do? I just messed up my OBS. I just fixed my OBS. Move my controls all around. There we go. That's better. Sorry. I don't know what they're showing. They keep re-showing a play. I don't know what that was all about. Something with SGA and Chris Paul and Zach Collins. This is a nice lead. Game's not over yet. Jose Rodriguez, the way he's shooting right now, I don't think Castle will score 10 points. He is like 1 of 10 tonight. Flexer, we might be. Let me change a quarter to quarter 4. 16-point lead. Joshua, I just think we're playing well tonight. Joshua Cherry, you could have went to this game. Oh, no. CP3 injured his thumb. What? No, that's not good. Elmine, thank you for stopping in. Alex, the Spurs are not better without Wemby. That's crazy talk. I'm easy. I like what I'm seeing at Charles Bassey tonight. Castle's been terrible this game on offense. He needs to play defense and assist. That's it. Yeah, he should stick to that. I point this now. Captain Cadogan's in the chat. That is somebody I personally know. Jeff. I put up Q. I need to put up 4. I don't know what's happening tonight. the Spurs are playing so far probably one of their best games of the year, considering they're without multiple players, without their head coach, and they're beating the Thunder, who, yes, they don't have Chet Holmgren. Hartenstein's out. Isaiah Joe's out. Look, both teams have guys out. They're missing a starter. We're missing 3 starters and our coach. And we're up by 16. We can do it. Alan, you keep saying finish. I don't know what you're trying to say. I'm sorry. Toby, good evening, says Hullerich. What the F is happening? Are we actually winning? We are. We got the Jazz Thursday. I hope we get revenge. Crush the enemy. See them do it before you. And hear the lamentation of the woman. By the way, Jeff, earlier somebody was saying John Stockton was overrated. I wish you were in here because I know you would have defended him. Jeff's a Jazz fan. Jeff is Captain Kadugan is a Jazz fan. Treasure facts. Victor Wembanyama is still out with the knee injury he suffered versus the Lakers when his knee banged at Anthony Davis. He is day-to-day right now. Vassell originally was out on the back-to-back game on Friday because of having the off-season surgery. They're not letting him play back-to-backs, but now he's out for his knee. If this guy misses time for a different injury, I'll be upfront with you guys, I'm done. I don't know if we can get anything for him, but if he's out 3 weeks because of now a knee injury, I'm just speculating. I don't know that for sure, but if there's another injury now he's out because, I'm done. You can't help us win if you're never on the court. David, I think they both are. Yes, it is 5-Lug Racing. And Jose Rodriguez, yes, Shai's going to try to turn it on in the fourth quarter. We're going to have to really play tough. And Chris Paul's getting worked on his thumb. He may have jammed it up or dislocated it. Bastien Wainwright tied for the most alley-oops all season. What? That doesn't seem right. Zyke Martz, go Spurs, go to you. And a go Spurs, go to everybody. Game is on TNT, by the way. Road trip, I agree. An abundance of caution for Wemby. Yes, Michael Sar. Okay. RR210, good evening to you. Thank you for stopping in. 93-77 Spurs ball. Malachi Brick Branham with the ball for the Spurs right now. I get over to Zach Collins, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spurs. Branham and Collins, 2 of my favorites. I wish them well, but they have not produced the way I was hoping they would have. Ralph, Anthony, no way. That would be a nightmare, Anthony, if he was Ralph Sampson 2.0. Let's hope not. CP3 with the ball out in three-point land. Launches the 3. No good. Dort with the rebound. David. Alex Caruso out in three-point land. 11.5 minutes to go in the game. The Spurs are probably shocking the NBA world right now, being up by 16. Jalen Williams starts to drive, passes it out. They go around the world. Dort for 3. Boink, no good. Collins with a rebound. And he will get it to Champagny. He'll bring up the court. NJJN, he's not in there yet. I haven't said his name in a while. It's a plate of mine. I am not getting a Zach Collins or Malachi Branham jersey ever. For those of you that occasionally send things to the TSR Sports P.O. Box, please don't send those in. Kellen's going to force a mile-long 3. It's a total brick. We've had some forced shots with the shot clock running out. We need to set up the offense a little bit better here. Thunder are going to turn up the defensive intensity with this being the fourth quarter. Dort with the ball, drives in the paint, loses the ball out of bounds. That's a turnover, Spurs ball. Well, Jeff, don't call people dumb. No insults in the chat. Please stay away from that because he might actually still be in here. Present your case. This is for everybody. Present your case why you, in a nice debate way, but just insulting people is not the way to get your argument across. Malachi Branham for 3. The Spurs are up by 19. Jalen Williams for 3 is an air ball. Are we about to go up by over 20 on the Thunder? CP3 out in three-point land. Dribbling all around Alex Caruso. Pulls up for the jumper. We're up by 21! I included an argument with the insult. Great. 21-point lead for the Spurs. I feel triggered. Great. Wade Goblin, this is nuts. Bryant, they have a chance, but that chance is closing. And Pat McAfee, this is not a game. I mean, honestly, with seeing the schedule today and seeing the Spurs injury report, I was like, this might be a tough game to call. I'm going to call it. I'm always going to be here for the Spurs. Oh, wait, 4Q. That's backwards. I did say I was sick earlier. Q4. They'll make a case how much more impact Chet is compared to Wemby. There should be no excuses for this game. If we win, we were the better team. What? No, seriously. If we win, we're the better team. Anyway. Let's win that. Oh, that's right. This is a cup game. This is a cup game. I forgot about that. Yes, Carlos, both teams have injuries, so I mean, it's a wash. Alex, I think the Spurs are playing better, and the Thunder are playing worse tonight. And I have seen Jakob Poeltl has been playing much better RO210 lately. He's been killing it, Toronto. Genius Driver, what's going on? I win 640 if the Spurs win. Well, I hope they win for you. AB, salute to you. We are on a timeout right now. Kelvin Davis Jr. Castle owes me $27.50. What? Chris Glazier, not this year, but hopefully in the next couple years, the rebuild will be done. I think we're still... Chris Paul won't be a starter long-term for this team, obviously, because of his age. Harrison Barnes is not a long-term starter. So ideally, our championship lineup will be Wemby, Sohan, Vassell, Castle, and insert player here. Jamal, I did not realize that's been the scoring since. I honestly did not. Let me take a look at that. The Thunder put up 35 in the first quarter. They scored 22 in the second and 20 in the third. Our scoring through three quarters, 32, 28, 33, and we've outscored them 5-0 in the fourth. 21-point lead, 98-77. Somebody was asking about Aaron Wiggins earlier. He's checking back into the game. I'm seeing a little update from when we come back from commercial break. By the way, for anybody just coming in, I want to show off Grogu's new outfit. Headband Grogu. Coyote, you're always watching the ceiling. Headband Grogu. Guess what he got? He's wearing a little Spurs jersey. Woo! Go Spurs go. That's right. Grogu's number 1. Adorable. Wemby, Vassell, Castle, Sohan, and Flag Morgathon. I thought of that. Isabel! Over in France. It is like 5:30 in the morning over there. Good evening. An all-star small forward. I mean, is Cooper Flag a small forward or power forward? I know Ace Bailey's a name I've heard a lot in next year's draft. I haven't researched the players yet. Is he a forward? By the way, Chris Paul is the second oldest player in the league. The oldest, LeBron James. Thunder ball down by 21. I mean, Spurs fans are in shock at the score. I got to think Thunder fans are in shock too as the Thunder turn the ball over. Spurs ball, CP3 will bring it up. SGA's 90. Oh, no, actually is on the court. Okay. They'll get it into Collins. Collins gets it to Keldon. Keldon in the paint. Misses it at the rim. Jalen Williams sprints up the court with the ball. He's going to get fouled before he takes it. Is that going to be a continuation? Wow, they give him an and one. Vince Castle's been struggling with a shot tonight. Lester, he could be right there. OKC sucks, man. Number 1 city team getting beat by a 12 seed without Wemby and Son, and without Vassell, Justin, and without Pop. The Spurs are without 3 starters and their head coach. 3-point conversion's done. It's now an 18-point game. I don't want Cooper Flag because so many people are on his sack. PC Gamer by default. Okay, I will show you the game, my friend.
Sucker!
Keldon misses a 3 from the corner, so his 3-point shot's gone a little cold here in the second half. 3 down the other end is no good by Aaron Wiggins. Spurs ball. CP3 will bring it up with 9:10 to go. Joshua, maybe we'll get 2 top 5 picks. Let's hope Atlanta sucks. Chris Paul, pull up Jay. Nope. Workforce planner, I don't think he has any trade value. Shout out Jerwan Higuera from the Philippines. Kuya Waz Vlog, thank you for stopping in. Jan Williams, jumper in the paint, good. Lead us down to 16. Game's not over yet. If we can go on a run, so can the Thunder, and this is a game of runs. John Lou, good evening to you. Thank you for stopping in. 98-82, 8.5 minutes to go. Collins turns the ball over. Jalen Williams is going to have an easy, easy dunk in the paint. Timeout, Spurs. Pat McCaff says Cooper Flagg is going to the Bulls. Thanks, Captain Dugan. He had the runs. Atlanta's 7-8. But the thing is, that gets you in the playoffs right now in the Eastern Conference. Zach Collins, half a run, terrible. Edgar, yeah. Don't worry, Collins will get the Thunder back into this game. Roger Souza, yes, he does. G. Lopez says, one more point. Chris Paul, I win $13,000. BJ Edgecombe's a name I think I've heard as well. What do you think if we get Markkanen for a 2025 pick, Champagny and Vassell? J. Mo, agree. Larry Markkanen, his injuries concern me. He's injured every year. I don't want an injury-prone player. We already got Wemby, who's going to give us injury concerns throughout his whole career. I'm not going to say he's injury-prone, but he's now had 2 seasons where he's missed time already. Granted, it's probably not going to be more than, I think he'll be back Thursday as far as I can tell looking online, but I don't want to get an injury-prone player on here. Nate Dogg, she is in the house. Sixers are kind of sucky, aren't they? Owen, SGA, I don't know what his points are at right now. Maybe. Last I checked, he had 22. I feel like every time Brandon was on the floor, he's part of a turnover. Yeah. Marvin Hernandez, over 22, what? I don't get it. Anthony Bustamante, I'd be very unhappy. Castle's strong, but he's still plus 23, and he has 8 assists and 2 turnovers. Wow. Plus 23? Sixers are a half game out of the worst record in the league? Over 222. We have, let's see, 182 right now. I don't know. I should tell you guys I'm not a gambler. I know a lot of folks, based on what I'm seeing in the chat, maybe you play on BetUS Sports or DraftKings or whatever those sites are. I've never used those sites. I never will. I'll never sponsor those sites. I can't help you out there. I'm sorry. Maybe the chat can. For me personally, I probably should just not say anything to those questions because I don't know. Kern, what's going on? Your friends are at the game. Nice, nice, nice. He did play 71 games, Kokoshibo. He is. When I think full season, I think 80-plus games to me is a full season in the NBA. Son of Scar would like Collins to be more aggressive in the paint. They literally don't have a center. Holmgren's out and Hartenstein's out. Jalen Williams has been playing center. Is he what, 6'8", 6'9"? Zach Collins is our third best center. Kevin? Yep. Velo says 2-11. What's 2-11? Is that somebody's record? Velo says, liked for never sponsoring gambling sites. Thank you for Velo. Listen, I'm transparent on that. 901 Ties, thank you for stopping here. I will never, ever, ever, ever sponsor. You know what? For those that are new here, I'm sure it drives you crazy. One, I hate sponsorships in general. But what I hate more than anything else is when I hear a sponsor from somebody that clearly is a product they don't use. That's what drives me crazy. I was watching a movie review channel by somebody that's not in shape, and they're promoting a healthy food product. And I was like, you don't look like you're using this. Not trying to be mean, but if you're promoting like a workout thing and you don't look like you work out, you're probably not using it. Or one of the biggest things that drove me crazy is somebody was promoting an electric razor and had a full beard. Turnover Spurs by Stephon Castle. Marvin Hernandez, anything's possible. But I'm very, very much 100% promoting gambling. Charles Bassey with a block.
Not in my house.
Castle into the paint. Gets the jumper off the glass. 184. I don't want to influence somebody's bad habit. I don't want to be that guy. I want this to be a fun channel, a Spurs community, but also fans of the other team can come in, and I'm not pushing stuff down your throat every 5 minutes. That's why we don't have sponsorships. That's why we don't have memberships. We just want to be here, talk basketball. That's it. Let's talk basketball because I'm talking non-basketball. 186 after that bucket. Spurs ball up by 14. Castle with the ball for the Spurs, and he turns it over. Let's not start turning the ball over here in the fourth quarter, Spurs. What am I doing? Am I the Godfather? SGA with the layup in transition. Somebody asked about SGA's points. Alexander has 29. I think you said 30.5, so he needs one more bucket to get to that number. Bassey's a much better defender. Turnover Spurs by Stefan Castle. Exquisite comedic timing. It wasn't meant to be. Champagny for 3. Nope. It's only a 12-point game. SJ and Williams have 54 of the Thunder's points. A missed 3 for the Thunder. I didn't see who shot that. I was looking at that point thing. This will be our first Cup win ever, Bilo? That sounds about right. We had the 18-game losing streak during last year's Cup. CP3 going to get it to Castle. Castle, a mile-long 3. In and out. He had been shooting the 3 very well as of late. Not tonight. SGA for 3. Brick. And Bassey with a lazy pass. And we're lucky the Thunder knocked the ball out of bounds. It's Spurs ball. NG, Jen, I go live for every Spurs game. For anybody that's new to the channel, I'm going to try to call every Spurs game live because I love the San Antonio Spurs. My girlfriend joins me on the weekend for 1 or 2 games. She's become a Spurs fan by default. It's a lot of fun calling the games with her. I mean, I'm very lucky to have met somebody that, not only, to be in a relationship with, but to be part of the YouTube channel. I don't see a lot of guys out there that have that. The Dixon Way has his wife on the channel. Castle for 3 again. Well, eventually a blind squirrel's going to find a nut. Pineapple Power. And a huge collision between Trey Jones and AJ Mitchell. I don't see what happened. Roxville, I'm in Connecticut. I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan in Connecticut, also New York Giants fan. I do shorts on the Giants. And we're going to start doing probably 2 NBA videos a month. Kind of documentary type videos on players that are overlooked that maybe we're going to have an all-star type career. There's not a lot of content them on YouTube. Just something that's I want to try doing differently on the channel. And occasional Spurs documentaries. There's one I definitely want to do in the future. SGA with the ball, kicks it out. Wiggins for 3. Swish. No, sorry, it was Case and Wallace. Case and Wallace, my bad. Keith, I like our roster right now, but we're turnover Spurs. And Dort with the miss at the bucket. And a travel. Some great defense by Stefan Castle in transition. Paul Ortiz from the Dominican, thank you for stopping in. Emmanuel watching from Ghana, thank you for being here. Castle may be struggling on offense, but he's still a difference maker on defense. The turnovers are bad, though. Trenchant, City Sissoko is going to get 0 minutes tonight. Guaranteed! No, if the Spurs are up by a lot with like a minute to go, he might see a minute. Probably no more than that. Trey Jones is in for the Spurs right now, running the point. Jones over to Castle. Castle wheels it around. Barnes for 3. No good. And Caruso with the rebound for the Thunder. He'll bring it up. Multiple headband powers for the Thunder. Caruso takes a spill in the paint. It is still Thunder ball. No foul. Kellen now with the foul. Black Panther, thank you for the super chat. He gives me a little winky action. Thank you. I appreciate that. Woo. This is a game. Right? All these darn threes. TSR, I live in Texas and I can't find a woman to join me for Spurs games. You are lucky. I keep searching. Yes, I am Medicare. She's become a Spurs fan by default, but it also helps that she's a UConn fan and Stefan Castle played for UConn. As Caruso gets in the paint and Bassey with the block. It does go out of bounds, but Charles Bassey.
No, not in my house.
I know, Spurs fan in Ghana. That is awesome. That's one thing Miss TSR loves is seeing Spurs fans from around the world come together. And that's what I love about this channel is being in Connecticut. I don't have a Spurs community. You guys are my Spurs community. You're the people I love to talk to about what's happening in the games, what's happening in the season. Alex Caruso, airball. Airball. That was a rush tree with the clock expiring, but it was still an air ball. Spurs shooting 41% from 3, Thunder shooting 28%. That's an anomaly. Usually that's the other way around. Castle with a turnover. And then Caruso bounces the ball off a Spurs player and it goes out of bounds. Castle with a lot of turnovers here in the fourth quarter. 4.5 minutes to go, guys. Siri, I hope I said that right. I don't know how we're winning tonight. The Thunder are just not dropping their shots. And Roger, he is turning the ball over a lot in the fourth quarter. Oh, Mito, come on now. Are you looking at the backdrop? So, I will be transparent with you guys because I always am. I'm going to be biased for the San Antonio Spurs because I'm a Spurs fan. But I will try to call it on the court as accurately as possible. There's been a time in this game where I thought the Spurs got away with something and I don't think they should have, and likewise the Thunder. I will call a foul on the Spurs when it's appropriate and on the other team. That I will try to do for you because I don't want to call BS nonsense when a lot of you are watching the game, and if I'm calling something you're not seeing on the TV, then I'm not doing good play-by-play. SGA with the ball, 6 on the shot clock, wheels it out to Jalen Williams. Williams, pull up Jay, good. A lot of contact between him and Stephon Castle. They didn't call a foul, good. Let them play. Nate Dogg, I don't know how to answer that, but Alele Spurs and vamos escuelas vamos. Castle drives to the paint. Ooh, a lot of collision. And they're going to call a block on A.J. Mitchell. 429 people watching? Nice. Spike the like. And Peanut saying that too. I want to see a replay and see if this was a block. A.J. Mitchell was still moving. He literally just got into position where Castle was when they contact, so that's why they called the block. Castle at the line for 2. He's 3 of 13 from the field. 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. Aaron Wiggins is not in. Just to give you a heads up, Jacarius Dubose and anybody else in the chat, the players that are on the court are to my left or your right. So look to the right side of your screen. As we go into a timeout, the Spurs are up by 11 with a pending Stephon Castle free throw. Lights out. We're playing well. Basket, I think, is 6'10", 6'11". Carlos, which one? Robert Ory's done that a lot. Yeah, 3 of 13. Spike the light. Thank you, Addy. Trey Jones, I haven't said his name a lot tonight. He's not playing great offensively. Artaban, Go Spurs Go from Manila in the Philippines. Thank you for being here. I do want to thank Thunder fans for hanging out too. I don't want you to be overlooked. Yes, this is a Spurs community, but also if your team's playing and there's a lot of people that are actually subscribed to this channel that aren't Spurs fans, aren't Giants fans, aren't Yankees fans. Those are my 3 teams. And they still are like, like your content. You do other NBA content. You seem like a cool guy. I'd like to think I'm a cool guy. Maybe not. Have a obviously unique personality as I have a baby coyote hanging out on the channel. That's a Spurs mascot. I also have a Ninja Turtle, Grogu, and Selena Gomez because why not? And my Grogu is wearing a Spurs jersey, by the way. Yes. My Grogu's wearing a headband. My Grogu is Zach Collins, apparently, okay? Or Derek White. Castle hurting us around turnovers and shoot. Yeah, Michael, he's playing good defense. And that is the dog's jersey. We're gonna see if it fits my girlfriend's dog. I think it's gonna be too small. That jersey is a large jersey for dogs per the seating chart. The size chart, her dog's at least an extra large, maybe bigger. Missed the second free throw. Castle's free throw shooting this year has been a little weak. I don't want overtime. No overtime. Sorry. Almost 250 likes. Nice. We do not need Collins back in. Alex Caruso is going to take a 3. In and out. Long rebound is going to fall into the hands of the Thunder. Cason Wallace for 3. Oh, it's an 8-point game. And a timeout. Strike first, strike hard. I love Karate Kid 1. Wow. This is a game. This game is not over. The Spurs led by as much as 17? Was it more than that? Okay, when's my parlay hits for fit? Wow, BK. So you guys must be gambling a lot of money if you can hit that much. I don't. probably, I don't know what to say to that. I think I'm just going to not read gambling. Actually, I'm going to put this out here for everybody. I'm probably not going to read gambling comments anymore because that's not my thing. And it's not my thing. It's just not. Good luck to you all that are doing that. Really, I wish you the best. I don't wish anything bad on you, but it's not TSR's thing, and I don't want to promote it on the channel. Castle's 3 for 13, but plus 20. Yes, Dennis, he is playing good defense. Give me your address and I send you a what? Carlos? My TSR PO box is in the about section of the, you know what, since you asked about this. Rondell, I wouldn't say the Thunder have this yet. Since somebody asked for the TSR mailing address, I'll put it in here just for ha-has. I'm going to go grab it real quick. I mean, I know it. I just feel like it's going to be easier for me to copy and paste it and type it because I suck at typing. All right, Spurs ball. They are up by 8. We were up by as much as 21. Go Castle Go said. Oh boy. Castle out to Collins. Collins off the glass. Air ball. The putback, no good. We're going to have a foul and 2 free throws coming up. Yeah, Glaze and Baking. No Wemby, no Vassell, no Sohan, no Pop. I know the Thunder are missing players too. I'm not going to overlook that. They're missing 1 starter. We're missing 3. I don't think Hartenstein's a starter, is he? Chet's the only starter that's out. Alex Caruso with a foul, and we're in a timeout again. I burned 4,800 calories today. Okay. That's a lot of calories. Timeout. Yeah, we're back in a timeout again. We got to work tomorrow morning. This game needs to get going. I need the Spurs to hit all the remaining shots. Because I like to see them get a win. This would be apparently the Spurs' first cup win. Last year was the first year of the NBA Cup. And Grant, I really don't care what happens in the NBA Cup personally. But the Spurs were in the midst of an 18-game losing streak at this time last year. If the Spurs win tonight, that would be their 7th win already. You might say 7th win already, TSR Sports. That's not a lot. 7 wins is kind of pathetic. Well, last year the Spurs didn't win their 7th game until, and wait for it, it's going to be in January. We won our 7th game on January 12th. We were 7-30. So 7-8 might not sound like much, but for a Spurs fan, that is a huge, huge jump from last year. And Thunder fans, you guys can certainly relate. You're good now, but you had to rebuild, and you did that with young talent. You did that by accumulating a lot of draft picks. The Paul George trade is still paying dividends for you, isn't it? And the Spurs, quite frankly, are following your model. Getting vets, trading them away, and getting draft picks for them. Or pick swaps. Landon Sports Talk. Boy, goodness, the Cowboys stink. Thank you, Calvin. Appreciate it. It's bro. I'm a guy. 7 wins, 8 losses. Exactly. We play Thursday. The Jazz? We'll be live for that game. Jazz on Thursday at 8 p.m. We'll be live for that. We got the Warriors. Ooh, that's going to be tough. On Saturday at 8:30 p.m. We'll be live for that. Probably not going to beat Golden State if we're being honest, but we can beat Utah. So if we can beat Utah, we'll get to 500. Not likely to beat Golden State the way they're playing right now, but anything's possible. We lost to the Jazz by 1 last time. I think Collins is closing the game out and easy. Rich, July 26th and I are ready for good luck triple boop. Oh, July 26th. All right. Triple boop alert. Get your coyote ready. For those of you that have a baby coyote, it's time for a quadruple or triple boop. You ready, Veronica? July 26th. Here we go. Here we go. Whoop, boop. I think Colin just got a block while I was booping. And alley oop to Collins, and Castle's off on that one. That's a turnover for the Spurs. And Caruso in the paint, and he's going to get the layup. And it's a 6-point game. Except for all their losses, the Jazz are unbeatable. Yeah, Collins is closing the game out, guys. He is. So July 26th, you got the booper. Castle with the ball for the Spurs. Castle, Paul. Foul on the Thunder. Collins, Barnes, Paul, Castle, and Kelman closing out. I mean, Bassey gives us rebounding, shot blocking, better finisher at the rim, toughness. Only up 6. Castle with the ball for the Spurs. 8 on the shot clock. Spinning around, passes it out to Keldon. Keldon with straight up 3. Air ball! He was hitting everything in the first, missing everything in the second. Mitch Johnson is yelling at the team, yelling at his fellow Johnson. We need a better shot than that. We're only up by 6. 2 minutes to go, and the Thunder are right there, guys. SGA pull up, off balance, no good. Keldon with the rebound. Biscuit Buddy, good evening to you. This fourth quarter has not been good. We are barely hanging on. CP3 with the ball. 8 on the shot clock. 6 on the shot clock. CP3 takes off. Crossover. Off balance 3. Oh my goodness! Chris Paul! Clutch shot at the buzzer! An off balance 3. SJ down the other end. He hits a quick 3. SGA comes right back and keeps it at 6 points. Minute 18 to go. Stephon Castle with the ball for the Spurs. And interesting, the Spurs have Castle handling the ball here at the end of the game. Castle going to take off, gets into the paint, stops, passes it out to Keldon, over to Collins for 3. Zach Collins! 9-point game. Is that the dagger, guys? Zach Collins with his biggest shot of the year. Dort's open for 3. Oh my God! We can't keep them off our backs. Both teams exchanging threes. Castle out in 3-point land. Caruso pokes it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spurs. 10 on the shot clock. Gabriel, good evening to you. What a game. Go Spurs, go, and thank you for being here, Thunder fans, too. Zach is a floor spacer. This is correct. I don't know if Bassey's made a 3 in his career. Barnes will get it in. Keldon with the ball. I'm surprised they're not fouling. 5 on the shot clock for the Spurs. CP3, another off-balance 3. No good. SGA with the rebound. He's going to sprint up the court into the paint. And he gets blocked by Castle! It is Thunderball and Castle slinging D! I said it, and I meant it. Huge shot block by Stephon Castle. The Thunder block of justice is right. We're going into a timeout 20 seconds ago. Spurs up by 6. It'll be Thunderball when we come back from the timeout. No spoiling in the chat, guys. We are in a timeout. This is a good game. Lucky Pilot. Yes. And these guys said Castle's slinging D, and I meant it. Big block by Castle. Now, here's the thing about Stephon Castle that separates him right now from Malachi Branham and Blake Wesley. Blake Wesley is one-dimensional offensively, and he can play good defense, and he's fast. Malachi Branham doesn't play any defense and occasionally plays good offense. Castle is generally pretty solid defensively all game and can contribute offensively. And the Spurs, here's what I'll say. The Spurs have faith in him right now to have him close out the game. Granted, we have a lot of injuries, but who do you trust on the team to guard SGA right now? More than Stephon Castle, and he's a rookie. Jeremy Sohan, I would say, probably would be the guy. He ain't out there. He's stuck in the old thumbs-up position with his injured thumb. I mean, what a great block. Ball first. There was contact. The contact was after the block, so it's a clean block. Wow. No matter what happens, by the way, Thunder fans, GG, I'm going to take down the players off the court because ESPN's usually done a little bit before me. I don't want any spoilers, so we're going into non-spoiler mode. No Wemby tonight, guys. Wemby didn't play. But Castle getting reps in crunch time. This might be out on the Thunder. They're taking a look at this. Not to burst anyone's bubble, Castle's ranked 19th on defense against rookies. He makes defensive high. Really? I want to take a look at this play again. So Castle has the block. The ball hits SGA's hand. The ball hits SGA's left hand, so it's off the Thunder right now. Hits Kelman's hand, so it's off the Spurs. I think it's off Kelman last. It's Thunder ball. I think it hit Kelman last. 110, 104, 20 seconds ago. I don't think it... The thing is, it doesn't look like it went out of bounds. It looked like it was hit before the line, but they call it a dead ball, so wouldn't that be a jump ball? It's the Spurs crowd is chanting something. Are they chanting referees suck? All right, Thunder ball. Just need one stop and the game's over. They're getting into Caruso. Jalen Williams back to SGA. And a fight for the ball. And we're going to have a jump ball. Spurs playing some D. Champagny with some defense. Champagny slinging the D. 110, 104. Champagny versus SGA on the jump ball. Champagny the taller player, so he should win this. If he wins a jump ball, the game should be over. No, Thunder win it. Why? I'll shut up. And that mile-long three is no good. Thunder keep the ball. SGA with the ball. Over to Alex Caruso. Corner three. No good. And time's running out. Ball's going across the half court. And that's the game, guys. The Spurs have beat the Thunder. Without Wemby, without Sohan, without Vassell, without Pop, the Spurs win. On national TV. And win their first NBA Cup, if anybody cares about that. Wow. Is this the best game of the year for our Spurs? Out 3 starters and their head coach? Wow. I'm not going to say a Thunder over July 26th. They were missing quite a few players too, but this is a great home win for the Spurs. Yes, please hit the thumbs up on the way out. And we're going to get into the end game stats. This was a huge win for our guys tonight. Wow. I'm happy. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Spurs fan. All right, let's take a look at the Thunder first. We'll bring up the box score now. Thunder outscored us 27-17 in the fourth quarter. The Spurs still held on, so nice job by San Antonio. For the Thunder, Jalen Williams with 27 points. He was 0 for 6 from 3. That's odd. He's usually a pretty solid three-point shooter. He did have 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals. Only 1 turnover. A great game for Jalen Williams. SGA, a great game himself. 32 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. He did have 4 turnovers. I think those were all in the first half, though. Aaron Wiggins with 11, Lukan's Dort with 6, Kaysen Wallace with 13. Dort did have 12 rebounds to go with his 6 points. Okay. Adam Flagler was awful tonight for the Thunder, 1 of 8 from the field. And actually, Dort was awful shooting as well. He was 2 of 12. Dylan Jones with 3, Ousmane Dieng with 0. He only played 3 minutes. Kenrich Williams with 4, Alex Caruso with 2. Also had a rough shooting night, 1 of 7. And AJ Mitchell with 3. Thunder finished with 13 turnovers. The Spurs finished with 20 turnovers, but still found a way to win. They did shoot the 3 much better. They shot 41% from 3. The Thunder, 30%. For our San Antonio Spurs, Zach Collins with 12 and 7 rebounds. A huge 3 near the end by Zach, so good on him. Julian Champagny with 12 points. Harrison Barnes with 20. Chris Paul with 14 points, 11 assists. Stephon Castle, 10 points. Did really struggle from the field tonight. 3 of 13. Including 1 of 7 from 3, did have 8 assists, and he had 6 turnovers. I think he had 2 turnovers going into the fourth. I think he had 4 turnovers in the fourth quarter, so he bit of an up and down game, but he did have that huge block shot near the end, so good on him. Off the bench, Sandro Mamakhalishvili got 5 minutes, I believe, in the first half, and then never saw the court again. Kelvin Johnson, 17 points in the first half, finished with 22, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He didn't turn the ball over. He was 6 of 12 from 3. He started the game off, I think, 5 of 6, so went only 1 of 6 in the second half, but still gave us a huge, oomph in the first half. Charles Bassey, a big game from him. In 21 minutes, he had 12 points on 5 of 6 shooting, 8 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 block shots. Bassey, I see a lot of fans saying he should be a backup center now. If we need defense, it definitely should be Bassey. The thing is, that big three-pointer Zach Collins made at the end of the game, Charles Bassey's not making that. So half a dozen in one, 6 in the other. Trey Jones, really quiet tonight. He had a plus 11, but 3 points, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. That's horrible. Malachi Branham, also useless, 3 points. He did have 3 assists and 3 turnovers. And that's it. Blake Wesley did not play, coach's decision. Also shows City Sissoko not playing, coach's decision. Sissoko was only coming in garbage time. And Blake Wesley and Branham have both kind of finding themselves in and out of the lineup. I think they're going to be situational players. When Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan are back, or when Jeremy comes back, one of those guys is not getting minutes. Maybe both those guys. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how the Spurs play the rotations moving forward. The Spurs improved to 7-8. Thunder dropped to 11-4. The Spurs are 6-3 at home. We have a winning record at home, guys. 6-3. So playing some darn good basketball at home. Before I wrap things up, we are 7 thumbs up away from 300. Usually we get 400 on a Spurs win. We're definitely not going to get that tonight. But if we could get 300, that would still be mucho apreciado. Let's look at the chat. And I did miss a super chat, so I'm making sure I don't miss it. I do not want to miss a super chat. So there it is. Let's pull it up. Made in Abyss, the $20 super chat says, here's my TNT subscription. Thank you for actually that. Made in Abyss, that covered the cost of Sling for me this month. Thank you very much. Sling was $20. They were doing a half-off promotion. And you just covered the cost of for us to call the Spurs games on TNT and ESPN this first month. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. Another world said Stefan was frustrated in the end. Maybe. Two-throwed, I can't see that now. I think he had a couple. He did have a lot of rebounds. He had 12. I do remember that. Thank you very much for the dono. I see the dono hype in the chat. Javi, the Spurs fan, thank you for stopping in. Oh, thank you, Captain Kadugan. Dort with 2 assists. Appreciate that. Spurs proved me wrong tonight. I thought they were not. Listen. Joshua, I know you're joking around, but I did not expect us to win the game tonight. When I saw Wemby and Vassell in the injury report, I just thought, please compete. And that's what I ask for anytime you're faced with adversity. Don't give up. Your back's to the wall. Come out punching, come out swinging, come out fighting. And they did tonight. But they not only fought, they won. And we should be proud of our Spurs team tonight. To be without their coach and 3 starters, this was a great win for our Spurs. Absolutely huge win. We play the Jazz next. We can get to 500. Good night, Carlos. We can get to 500 on Thursday. That's a very winnable game against the Jazz. That should be a revenge game. I hope Wemby plays that game because, well, I hope Wemby plays. I mean, my favorite player to watch on the Spurs. All right, my friends. I think Wemby's going to be back. Average Steelers fan, good game. This seems to be a day-to-day injury with Wemby. I'll close out with reminding you that Wemby banged his knee with Anthony Davis on Friday night. Wemby missed the game on Sunday. He was questionable for today, downgraded to doubtful yesterday, and then was ruled out today. Hoping he's back Thursday. If he's out again, I'm going to have some concerns. Another injury to watch is the Devin Vassell situation. He was listed out today with a knee injury. This is the first I've heard of a knee injury this season. Keep an eye on that. He's had injury problems with his knees in the past. He's had injury problems with pretty much every year he's been with us except for his rookie year, I believe. So hopefully he can stay healthy. If he's injured again, at some point we might have to move on. I mean, he's a good player, but if he's always hurt, he's not helping us win games. So my friends, it's getting late. It's exactly midnight where I am, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all for being here on behalf of myself, on behalf of Selena, Baby Coyote, Lil Mikey, and rocking his #1 Spurs jersey, Headband Grogu. What you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!